see. So, where'd you guys leave off? You were on a small island in the Azure Sea, and you rescued the Oracle, an old man, a seer of sorts. You can see past, present, future through glimpses of memories of others. You guys fought a couple of vampires that were interrogating him. I had a little bit of a tricky time with one of them. He was like a vampiric knight. The battle was fought hard. A couple of wolves joined in the fray. At the end of the battle, you guys went inside the house. Yuri decided he was gonna cut the guy's arm off, and then you guys decided to heal him up and get him kind of a little bit more conscious, where he talked to Vossen and kind of read his mind and showed him some locations of pieces of the Trident, along with some places of evil where the Shroud of the Abyss resides in. After that, you guys were invited to spend the night because the nights are long and cold in this island as you get closer to the frigid sea. Yeah, so that's where we're gonna pick it up. You guys spend the night sleeping in the Oracle's hut. It's a real cold night. I mean, temperatures are getting to 10 below on the average here on this island. But you guys leveled up to 10th level, took your long rest, and you wake up the next morning feeling rested in the hut of the Oracle. So I guess we're gonna pick it up there with whatever you guys are wanting to do.
It's warm in here, though, right?
Yeah, the hut is warm. It's got this beautiful stove in there, ample amount of wood. Somebody he gave a ring of warmth to. I don't remember who.
It was me. BRB, 1 second. My Discord is all messed up where I'm always casting.
But yeah, so now you're feeling pretty warm. The Oracle, you guys saw he was wearing some robes that keep him warm. But inside, yeah, the place is nice and toasty. The windows themselves are completely frozen over on the outside. But yeah, the place is nice. It was a nice, inviting night. As you guys wake up the next morning, the Oracle, he's already got a pan on the stove. He's cooking some eggs for breakfast. As you guys are awaken to the smell of some home cooking.
Apologies, but I logged out to restart Discord and heard Snarlers, you, and then doo-doo.
Oh, you didn't miss anything. I was just talking about how you were nice and warm with your ring of warmth that I'm assuming you attuned to. I don't know.
It depends on how cold it got, because I'd have to either get rid of the heart or
Yeah, you don't need that.
my ring of spell storing or my gem of seeing.
Yeah, so I mean, it was warm inside, so
Yep, still not attuned to it.
okay. But other than that, yeah, I was just describing how it was. The windows are completely frozen over, and outside the hut was 20 below zero, but inside it was nice and toasty. You guys wake up to the smell of the Oracle cooking breakfast.
Did the dwarves stay, or did they go back to their ship?
No, the dwarves stayed the night. They had a hard time tracking you guys in the first place, so they were also in the hut.
Right, that's right. They showed up when it was all done.
Convenient.
Typical dwarf fashion.
The Oracle Snarlers is confused. Why do you live here alone, in the middle of nowhere?
I live here alone because I was tired of hearing the thoughts of people from the city. I come from the north, from Calder. I'm used to the cold temperature, and solitude of the noises and the voices in my head, and people wanting to see me as some sort of sideshow attraction, always wanting and asking, well, what's in my future? When am I gonna die?
Wait, is that an option? Snarlers wants to know when he's gonna die.
Trust me, son. You don't need to know the answers to all of your future.
When you say you hear people's thoughts, do you just mean in general, or do you have to touch them?
Oh no, typically I have to touch them.
Snuttler just gets like a very confused look on his face, like he's touching everyone just as he walks by him.
I can see where, if word spreads of your ability, how many people would show up at your front door.
Not to mention, you spend a day in the market, and you glance by somebody, and you touch their hand, and instantly you're flooded with emotions and images and things that sometimes you don't want to see.
So, when you were grabbed, touched, and bound by the people that we freed you from, what did you see?
I didn't see a whole lot from those vile creatures. Mostly just darkness, pain, torture, suffering. I
It
saw a
sounds like their
great
life.
deal. I saw a great deal for my friend Vossen here. Whatever is following him, this demon and this vampire lord that are sharing his consciousness. It is actually kind of alarming to me. But now, what is it
Oh,
that you are all here to do? You are in search for the Trident, but what is your true purpose when you find the Trident?
Stop Gate Dagon from entering the realm.
Snuttler plans on putting it in his bag.
Half in your bag. As I
Well,
look over, like half of it sticks out.
well, that does sound like a very noble cause indeed. And if there's anything else I can do to help you on your quest, please feel free to ask. And other than that, I'm a humble man. I do not have much to offer in the way of gold or rewards or powerful weaponry. But
Well, technically, if you're telling us where some of the shard or some of the pieces are, you are offering weaponry, no?
oh yes, mental weaponry.
So, out of character, he did tell us where we are probably going next, right? I don't recall.
Yeah. Basically, he was telling you probably the nearest place is an island to the northwest in the frigid
Oh yeah,
sea.
that was what was on our map. That was new. The
Yeah.
Califa.
Yeah.
Perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, he spoke of the village of Zarania. It's a small
That's it.
island. That's supposedly the location of the this great fey fish.
Uh, what fish? I'm sorry.
Oh, a fey fish, a magical fish of legend.
Uh,
We'll look over at Kolos.
I thought this was like the Kanye thing.
I
I don't know
I
Kanye.
don't
You don't know anything about magical fish, Kolos?
know. Not a fey fish. No, never passed one before.
Oracle,
Yes, my son.
what do we do when we combine everything in the Trident? Like, how do we use it?
Ah, excellent. Centuries ago, when Helm destroyed Dagon and banished him to the abyss for all of eternity, he took his weapon and used it against him. And by piercing through his rubbery flesh, it dematerialized him and sent him back to where he came.
But if we're to do that again, that wouldn't make it permanent, right?
Um,
Snodler thought he remembers you saying that it could be permanent.
Alas, that is what happened centuries ago. Although he was banished to his own realm, Helm destroyed the trident and split up the pieces amongst um, noble people of the realm that could keep it safe for future generations. But obviously, that time has come, and everything finds a way of putting itself back together. But the only other way that I know of is in the visions that I saw after speaking and conversing with Zendaka, an image of this underground network, these tunnels that run beneath the sea, these tunnels of energy. I saw that they're a direct route to the abyss. I saw the fortress of Dagon and a great portal. I believe that destroying that portal would probably be the best option to make sure that he never is able to enter our realm again.
Do you know how to get there?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Do you know
Traveling
where?
to the abyss seems like a suicide mission, if you ask me.
But that's the only way to stop Dagon from coming back, right?
Other than using his own weapon against him, and then trying to hide the pieces again for hundreds of more years, and hopefully that your children's children's children don't have to face him again.
So we can either slow him down or stop him.
I think
Is the other way for sure going to stop him?
well, I think the best way, if I were you, I'm trying to make my way into these ley lines under the sea, is look for the place of darkness, the siphon that allows energy to be sucked down into the abyss. The lake. I saw the vision of a lake in your memories. A dark lake, a cabin in the woods, a blue light emanating from beneath the lake, a twisted, dark place.
I know where this is.
Zendaka said you were not ready at once when you had first heard of this.
You did. I don't know if we're ready now.
Do we need the Trident to destroy the portal?
That I do not know. I do know that letting the enemy retrieve any of the pieces of the Trident, and now that they know also where to find you, Fasten, danger is afoot.
Can they can't track me, can they anymore? Or could they before?
I fear that they could before. Zendaka was trying to block the invasion of your mind against the vampire lord, but I fear that when I talk to Zendaka through your memories, it reestablished the link. As far as I know, they could be headed this way right at this very moment.
But didn't we re-block them?
To the best of our ability.
So we don't know if that's going to hold.
We don't. And the Shroud is a vast organization that could be all over, spies everywhere. Dagon has creatures of the sea. They take all shapes and forms, all which can see and hear, track you.
So I guess we should get the Trident first.
Well, it's not one of those things that's kind of a maybe, right? Like, if we don't necessarily need it,
But we don't know if we'll need it to close the portal.
Do you think Dagon will be there guarding his portal?
I do think that as Dagon consumes more souls and more energy is dumped into the siphon, he's growing more and more powerful. Eventually, he may not need the portal anymore. He will already be able to withstand in our realm.
Oh, that sucks. Will stabbing him with a trident then banish him still?
Unfortunately, that seems like that might be the best option, is to banish him to his plane and then seal him in.
So do like a both kind of thing. Got ya. So we're gonna have to slay him first and then lock him.
Slaying Lock.
All right.
And then with this Trident that we have, can't we just destroy it permanently
Oh,
once that's all done?
I suppose that would be the smartest idea, is to just destroy it. However, I don't know if it could be destroyed, but it could be dismantled again, hidden, maybe put into some sort of fiery place of great power, somehow to melt down the pieces, perhaps. I fear that the gem of Umberlee is the power source. That may be indestructible, but the rest is just merely a device.
So Zendaka. Why is that name familiar? To
That is one of my masters. Or was.
not related to Daka Rough Eye, right? Like that's different.
Completely.
I just got really confused for like a long time.
Who was the guy that Yuri buried his axe into his chest?
Are you talking about the Oracle?
No, that's cut his
Oh,
arm off.
yeah, he cut his arm off, that guy.
No, way back with
Oh, yeah, he was one of the brothers of the.
Yeah.
Brother Full. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Brother Full. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's off getting the looking for the monk armor.
Oh yeah, because then I had to waste a potion of healing to keep him from dying, because I figured he somehow knew Vasen.
I'm seeing a theme here with Yuri.
Yep.
I think an intervention needs to happen.
Not only is going to rage that if he's actually doing that bad. Wait, are interventions permanent? I think they're permanent in Underdark.
No.
Oh.
Not kill him.
Whoa. That's not it. It's not murder, it's an intervention.
It's not how it works here on the surface, Snoddlers, but we can go over that later.
The doors are still here, right?
Yeah, so the doors are still there. They're just kind of moseying around,
Well,
getting up.
I'm gonna walk over to the captain.
Yeah, you walk over to him, and he's like slow to get up, and he's not really feeling the cold. And, you can tell he's dreading going back out there.
Where are you headed now?
I suppose we should finish our route. We'll get back to the ship, head to Calder, drop off our supplies, pick up a run, and probably head back down south to Liara, and then head back east to Seaton. You're welcome to come with us.
Would you mind taking Pinkerton back?
I suppose we could watch after the young fella.
Oh god. He's gonna get kidnapped again. He stayed on the boat, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so you if you could, I mean, I could pay for his ways. He likes to spend other people's money, so
Oh,
Fair
no,
warning.
no.
just be careful.
It would be my honor. Yeah, the Travelers Guild, you're doing the realm a favor by making the waters safe by dispatching these creatures like the Sahaugen and Dagon and the Shroud. Business will
Well,
flow much better after they're all taken care of.
when you get there, get a hold of Hedwig and get him to set you up with some casks of some booze, as much as you need.
Aye, I like the sound of that.
I feel like that's a little dangerous, telling a dwarf he can have as much booze as he needs.
He sells it.
Touche. And do
Well,
you have any
you have my word. What's
do you
that?
have any supplies you can spare?
Oh, yeah, yes, of course. You could have some of our supplies. What are you looking for? A couple of weeks worth of rations.
Yeah, enough to get us to. How big's the village? We're up north.
So Zendaka looks. The village is probably a few days away. It's a small village. They're a peaceful people, from what I know of them. The Air Genasi are very, I guess you'd say, primitive.
Yeah, I think a couple weeks. I swear to God, if we get kidnapped again. Yeah, a couple weeks of rations. I can pay if you would like. We'll uh, liberate the vampire ship.
No need to pay. You're doing us all a favor. Just hopefully you'll succeed in your quest.
Hopefully, you'll know if we don't.
Well, give this to Pinkerton. I hand him like a little flask that I have in my pocket.
He takes it and
Tell him for the trip, and tell him I feel bad that I can't take him on this adventure, but he could have an adventure with you guys on the way back.
all right, we'll show him a real good time. He grabs the flask and he moves his beard out of the way and tucks it into his jacket pocket.
So when are you heading out? We could probably all travel together. It'd probably be wise.
I'd like to head out as soon as possible. Thank you so much for the hospitality, Mr. Oracle. I'm glad this has all turned out the way it should have. And fate has brought us together, and I wish you all well.
Well, we should be leaving also. So if you got anything else to ask the guy that knows everything over here, now would be a good time. I mean, if you need peace and quiet, so ask weird questions. I'll go over here.
Weird questions.
Yes, Oracle. Last night in my dream, I saw one of my companions die. Is that something that's going to come to pass,
Oh well,
or is that
some
something that I can help avoid?
sometimes visions of the future can be clouded, and exact details may not come to pass, or certain things can be jumbled depending on the outcomes of all of our destinies. But I wouldn't hold too much faith in it. But um, I would be ever vigilant. Stick close to your friends. Protect them, mighty paladin.
Will do.
Snarlos has a question.
Yes.
What is the purpose of a rubber duck?
And yeah, he looks over at you and he's just like, a rubber duck. I'm sorry, but I don't think I have ever seen a rubber duck. I am all seeing. I'm not all knowing.
Snarlos finds it hard to believe. You look like you have both with the number of years that you've had on you.
Well, thank you. I'm just a spry 140 years old.
140? Seems like a large number for a sunwalker. Is it because you don't go in the sun because it's so cold here?
I don't know why my life is naturally longer than most others of my race, but I think it has something to do with this gift that was bestowed upon me. Maybe it's a gift from the gods. I don't know.
What happens if Snarlos wanted to become someone who has that gift?
That's a very interesting question. You could stay here with me, and it may take years, but we could try to harness the power that I believe that many people probably possess. I could use a little company.
Look over at pots and inventories.
I just shrug.
I guess.
I like how everybody always tries to tries to convince Snothers to work with them.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Snoddlers wants to gain knowledge. And it just so happens that usually the people that have manual labor want to give it. Like, the dude who is growing all the pot or whatever.
Yeah.
With your nightshade farm going.
So you can't really grow stuff here, can you? Because I have a couple hobbies I'm trying to pick up. But Snoddlers thinks that I probably have to make a decision when I get back.
Yes, I'm sorry, my young friend. This probably wouldn't happen. There's not much that grows here on this island. I survive mostly on nuts and a few different twigs that, if you boil them just right, they have a really nice consistency. They have quite a bit of protein to them, but other than that, the occasional deer. Sometimes I'll get visitors that'll bring me goods to trade. That's why I've met Captain Hillshield here. His father and I go way back.
So you don't leave here, like ever.
Oh no, 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 no. I am happy with my solitude here.
But you just wanted Stadlers.
Does he can stay? It doesn't mean I'm gonna leave.
You're welcome to stay here.
He can
Oh, you're
stay.
staying?
You can
Peace
stay in
out.
my solitude. I mean, we would probably have much to chat about.
So out of combat, out of character. If I were to make a teleportation circle like down by the dock or something, I could make it in our network, right? Like
you,
our like.
yeah, you could.
Is there like a gold component to this? Like because we never really talked about this.
No, it's literally just like symbols. Like, you know, the glyph that would. So you could, like, I don't know, somehow if you made the glyph out of something that you could permanently put on the ground, whether out of paint or like maybe, putting rocks together in the correct formation and saying the magic incantations, you can theoretically join the island to your circle, to your
For some
network.
reason, didn't we have to do it at Saltmarsh first, though, for some reason? But I could be misremembering.
No. So right now, there is one in our
Yeah, you're
secondary home,
right.
and we want to put one in Saltmarsh.
Yeah, Runestone Island is the only one right now. It's like kind of out of network, but you have the opportunity to join it to, join other places to the network. Because you originally were thinking about doing it in Lara, but again, once it's created, anybody can pretty much walk through it.
Then he's just gonna switch to a new island.
Is it bounce?
He came here for solitude. You think people will? I could.
That's
see,
why you put it at the dock. Like it looks like you just get to. It's like in Doctor Strange where you got ported to like the frickin' the mountain and it was super cold. You're like, fuck this, and you just head back in.
Possibly, I could see the leopard dude though charging people to see the oracle.
If I were the schlubber alive.
Oh, poor Bobby.
Well, Snoddlers has some plans for you. I'll make sure that you're well taken care of. Snoddlers will very likely be back.
Well, I would very much like that. A visit from my new friends, anytime. The door is always open.
And do you know much about the Underdark? We could probably share.
Oh, I don't know much about the Underdark.
I don't know much about your land either, so this is great.
Stodlers has a new BFF. I have a question.
Yes, my son.
Do you know where to find the ship of the damned?
Oh, the ship, the black ship, the ship of the damned. In my
Yeah.
visions, I have seen it sailing coast to coast, sailing all through the Azure. I have seen the man, the captain, the one-eyed captain, pale-faced captain.
Captain
Oh,
Eye Patch?
he does not have an eye
No,
patch. He
no,
just
no,
has
no.
one eye. Um, he holds an orb in his hands. I believe this is the gem of Umberly. The ship itself, who knows? It travels swift, one of the swiftest moving ships on all the Azure. Its whereabouts now, I couldn't tell you, but I have seen visions of it sailing around the coast, around a desert-like city. I've seen it all the way to the Sword Coast, as far south as Candlekeep.
Does it ever dock? Have you seen it dock?
Oh, from what I know, it never docks.
It's crewed by vampires.
Well,
Other forms of undead.
wait a minute. Do we have anything from them that he could touch to see stuff? Snodlers doesn't think he has anything other than like some nightshade leaves and fiber.
Do you
I
know?
don't believe I do.
I don't. From who?
The captain of the damned,
No,
or his crew,
we've never
or
met the cat. We've never seen the ship of the damned.
Snodlers digs through his bag and starts thinking. He pulls out a book. He's like, "What can you tell me about this?" It's the book on erotic poetry.
He looks at it, and grabs a hold of it, and he has like a weird look on his face, and he kind of raises his eyebrow to you a little bit, Snodlers, and he's like, "Aha! I've seen many people have enjoyed this book. Many people have enjoyed this book very thoroughly." And
Snodlers looks at Vitoris with a very confused face.
I just throw my hands up like no judgment.
Didn't you give this book to Snodlers?
I don't remember.
Pretty sure you did.
Maybe I found it and it's just like Snodlers like books.
That was actually you just being wizardist.
Snodlers does like books though.
Books for learning.
You don't want to learn about Dwarven erotic poetry?
False.
Thought you wanted to learn everything. Erotic poetry falls under everything. Does the Underdark have erotic poetry?
No! It's gross.
Can you find specific people, Oracle?
Oh, Oracle, that book short.
I sometimes can find. Remember, the things that I see are glimpses, pictures, memories. So I cannot ever tell if they are past, present, or future, but I can sure give it a try.
If you can tell me what or where Joy Sword is doing.
Where she is doing?
Yeah, where she is, or pretty much anything you can tell me about her.
Snodlers hopes it involves erotic poetry.
I'll be sure to let you know, Snodlers.
Joy Sword. I don't. Do you have anything of this Joy Swords? I do not know her.
The shell phone.
She has the other half of the shell phone that I'll hand over to him.
Come close.
I'll hold out the shell phone in my hand. Yuri might have some of her underwear he might have nicked from her.
May I have your permission to link with your mind?
You may. Hopefully I'm not also invaded by demons. As I look over at Dawson when I say that.
come close. And he holds his hand. He's sitting on the bed at this point. He's like reaching up towards you, and he tells you to kneel down towards him in the pool of blood.
I'll kneel down in the blood from his arm and head wound.
And he puts his hand up on this side of your face, and he closes his eyes, and it only takes him a few seconds, and he comes back. The Lady Baylor. Ah, I've seen her. I've seen her now. I've seen visions. She is the daughter of the captain of the ship of the damned. That is who she seeks. I've seen her off the coast of the same city, the city to the south, the desert city. I've seen the signs of Freya, the city of thieves. I don't know when. I don't know how recent, but
Did anyone else D&D Beyond just shit the bed?
Yes, do not refresh it. I was about to say it, but he was monologuing.
Sorry,
yeah,
I just
I
wanted
see
to
that
make sure.
they're having all sorts of problems.
I just didn't know if that was my internet taking a shit or if it was just the website.
Gonna make it really hard to play.
Why don't you want to refresh it?
If you don't refresh it, there's a chance that it won't actually bomb. Like if you don't try to like do new content that you haven't already selected.
Gotcha. But as for, so what, we just wait?
You can just assume it shit the bed and pray to God it'll come back.
Awesome. So you just know either at some point in the past, now, or in the future, she was in the city of Freya.
Yes. And it looks like she is chasing the ship of the damned.
That she is.
Perhaps
So
she already found it. I can't tell you that, but I didn't see any
Shit.
visions of her reuniting with her father.
Oh, she's not wanting to reunite. Maybe reunite, but very briefly. Well, thank you. So he didn't need the shell phone at all, so I'm just holding the shell phone for no reason.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. I thank you, Oracle. So, powerful gift you've harnessed or been given.
Well, I wish I could do more. I wish I could help you, but I guess the site only works so far.
It's been helpful enough. Hopefully this group of vampires are the only one that know where you live.
Well, now that I know they may be looking for you and you're in my house, I am a little bit worried.
Donald will be back, don't worry.
I'm pretty sure they were looking for you.
Oh, they were looking for me and my gifts.
Yeah. Yes. Because as we got information, I'm sure that's why they were here.
Actually, Captain Hillshield's the one who had the information. He knew that they were coming for you.
Well, maybe it's not safe for me to stay here anymore.
Probably not.
And I feel I am much too old now to hold my own against these things.
Donald agrees from what we already saw.
So at that point, the captain stands up and goes, Mr. Oracle, sir, how would you just fancy a trip on our ship? We'll bring you back when the travelers finish their deed. And the old man gets up and he goes, well, I suppose. No sense in just dying over this matter. He goes to the cupboard and he starts grabbing a few things.
In fact, if you go with Pinkerton, and you can stay at our place. It's pretty nice. There's a whole bunch of people that will help protect you. It'll be nice.
Well, perhaps I shall do that, and then return to my hut in my solitude when all of this is finished.
Yep.
So he grabs like a satchel and starts throwing stuff in there, and he just starts looking around at the rest of the house, and he just sighs a little bit, and he's like, "Well, for the realm, shall we?" And he starts making his way towards the door.
We shall. I drink some of my gourd.
For the realm. Do we need to put the fire out so your house doesn't burn down?
Oh no, it's fine. I foresee it not happening.
Very nice. Alright, gentlemen, let's go check out the replacement for the Sea Ghost.
There's sea dinghy.
Sea Yacht.
All right. Yeah. So it's early in the morning. So by the time you guys make your way back to the beachhead where that little yacht was, I think it was like a half a day's walk. So you get there by lunchtime, and I don't think there was much of a. I don't think I even had the ship on there. But anyway, yeah, you make your way back there, and the ship is still there. But at this point, you see the night's cold has like really like frozen everything over on the ship. You see like all the little bit of wetness in the motion, the ocean like mist all over it. It all turned to like a complete like thin layer of ice over the whole ship. Even the cranefish, the larger ship that just moored off into the sea a little bit, you can see that it's kind of, you've got like a lot of icicles hanging from the deck rails, and you can tell it's getting real cold out here.
And we're heading farther north, right?
Oh yeah.
So I can't access D&D Beyond, unfortunately, to figure out what all my toolbox looks like, but I think I don't have the Move Earth cantrip. But how would... So if the glyphs are at least written in the ground, even if they're written in the ground by someone else, or some other way, like, to what level of permanency do those glyphs have to be there? Or if I did it in the snow and then cast it, would that be permanent, or does it have to like? Do you understand my question?
Yeah, yeah. I think they need to actually be permanent. So like if you just wrote it in the snow, you know, it would be permanent until like the snow was disturbed and the glyphs were, you know, disappeared.
So because this is hard ground because everything's so frozen, if I was able to disturb the ground, it would probably be pretty damn permanent.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd say so. Yeah. It might take you a little while to do it, but I
I'm
mean
like
that would be
80% sure I took the mold earth cantrip, but
I know that as my player character. I don't know that as my character.
oh no, I was just
I am 90% sure you are too because we were choosing our cantrips and I was like,
yeah.
I kind of want earth. And you're like, I want earth. And I was like, oh, there's water. If you get earth, I get water. All right. And then we moved
Well, I
on.
was looking through it, but none of the cantrips were really like nothing really stood out. I was like, I thought that might come up a few times, so I think I took it. But D&D Beyond's down completely.
So if I was able to draw out the symbols on the snow, assuming Vitoris did choose move earth and we RP through that a little bit to say, hey, can you help me dig or something?
yeah, and I'm sure you
Would
probably
he be able to follow them?
yeah, I think you would be able to. You probably took the spell anyway, so I mean this sounds legit.
All right.
And I like it. Rule of cool. That sounds cool. That you made the. You know, it probably only took you a few minutes doing that. You made the glyph somewhere off onto the shore.
Yeah, that's the intent. Like, I don't want to make it at the dude's house, but be able to come back here, especially so that way we can drop him off. And if we're gonna put one on our place, like it's interesting, right?
Yeah, yeah, I like it. I think that's cool. And then, yeah, you do the incantation. You see the kind of the glyphs in the snow and the dirt, the frozen tundra just start glowing. This kind of like purplish blue glow, and it just flashes really quick, and it all kind of like lights up in a complete circle as the portal now is activated back to Castle or Runestone Manor.
Moonstone Island. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Snows like brushes his hands off. It's like, well, Snows is ready to go.
Let's check out our new ship. Did we search the ship?
I think so. Yeah, when you guys originally searched it, all you found was a couple of dead bodies.
All right, yeah.
Which
Then,
you guys took out, and I don't remember if you. I think Kolos burned them, or
Yeah, we were gonna burn them
Yep.
just to make sure like they don't like rise up or anything like that. Were they still in the fire pit?
yeah, they were like partially burned corpses.
I'll take it. Yeah, I guess help the dwarves move some supplies over, and then start heading out.
Yeah, they ended up giving you enough supplies for some rations and things like that. A few bits and pieces, scraps, and a little bit of extra canvas for your sail repair. But the ship you're on doesn't have a whole like a hold in it or anything, so there's not a lot of extra room for
Storage.
supplies. But yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, I think D&D Beyond shit's bed. All because Yuri's not here. Then yeah, I guess once this wish the Oracle the best. Thank Captain Hillshield for the ride, and I guess actually does Captain Hillshield have an extra map? Do we have a map?
Snouders has
In
a
my
map in
head.
his brain, yeah, and so does Vassal.
Yeah, it's in my head.
Oh, all right. Then I guess we're good.
So at that point, Vassal, you also see Pinkerton on the ship, and he's like, "Bye!" He just starts waving to you.
I wave to you. Enjoy your adventure.
I can't wait. See you soon, boss.
See ya. Make sure they get some good stuff.
And then there's kind of a nice little goodbye from Hillshield. He thanks you guys for rescuing him and doing your this heroic duty of trying to save the realm. And he gets back on his little rowboat with his couple of his soldiers, and they make their way back to the Cranefish or the Cranefly as you guys start boarding the. I think the ship is called the Mystic. Is the name of your new ship.
More importantly, how many ballistas does it have?
None.
-3.
Mm-hmm.
It's got nothing.
Do we have to buy 4 ballistas to put one on?
I don't even know if this boat is big enough to hold a ballista.
Like maybe like one on the front, and that's it.
Can we just mount
And it would tilt it over.
This is like a 6 or 8 person ship.
Yeah, it's like a small like yacht essentially.
Yeah. But yeah, you're on the seas, and you notice the seas are a little bit rough as you feel these like Arctic winds kind of blowing in from the north, and like I said, everything is just like stinging cold, and like every little bit of water that kind of like shoots up, sprays up along the side of the ship, it just gets turned into ice and just blasts your faces.
This sucks.
It's gonna be a fun ride.
At least we got warm weather clothing from the dwarves.
Yeah, you have warm weather clothing and the gear that you need to survive these elements.
Not immediately freeze to death. Wasn't into the campaign though. You go too far north, you die.
Game over.
Yeah, make our way north. Ooh, look at that little yacht.
This little guy. So yeah, you guys are somewhere around here. Heading north into the frigid sea. Unless you guys have other plans.
Negative. If we're heading to the thing.
Nautilus does have a question though, because one of the things we had to go to the Northlands for, which was not to this island, right?
Right.
So we're going to pass by the Northlands that we're supposed to do to go to the other one. Is there a time constraint reason why we would go to uh, Zorzia, like Narnia, but with a Z?
Zerania?
Yeah, whatever.
No, I don't believe there was a time constraint. I think the only time constraint we ever had was saving Pinkerton, possibly the first time.
Well, then Smaller thinks we should go to the Northlands so that way Bear Taurus isn't a bear when we're there, and everyone else isn't a bear when we're there.
But isn't the Northland the bear people?
Yeah, they supposedly have one of the pieces of the Trident.
Wouldn't it be not that bad if Bear Taurus appeared?
And killed them all?
Who says he's gonna kill them all? They're all bears. Maybe they'll talk.
I mean, but I don't. Zerania is not. I think Zerania is a bunch of air genasi.
Yes,
Not-
correct. But the Northlands is. So if we go to the other place, it's not gonna take us a month to go there. The moon's not for a while.
Yeah, it's only been I don't know. See, I think it was like 5 days that you traveled north, and now it's probably another 5 days to Zerania.
We can hit the Northlands on the way back south to warmer weather.
So you just got to
And-
remember too that any of the information you had about the Northlands is basically like a country in its own. It's a giant like forest of, all sorts of different races, but also home of the bear folk. So I don't know if you were necessarily given directions on how to get to like the clan that I
We
forget his
definitely
name.
were not.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name now, but the bear warrior that you guys beat in the arena. He said like, "Hey, if you ever run into these guys."
And then he gave me a sign of his clan.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
That we could have had an Oracle dude touch and figure out? All right.
Yeah, well, it's a little too late now.
Snarlers went through his bag to find stuff. I don't know why you didn't.
I was thinking about the
Trident pieces? Yeah.
yeah. Well, they have one. I was thinking of the jewel though.
D&D's back.
All right, so you guys are headed northwest through the Frigid Sea. Yeah, so your journey through the Frigid Sea, this is the first time you guys have actually sailed on the sea to where it's actually made all of you sick. If Hector was here, even Hector would be like, this is some bullshit. The water is rough. The wind, the rain that comes down, it's like sleet and freezing rain constantly. You guys don't want to spend a whole lot of time above deck. You guys spend the most miserable 5 days of your life huddled together inside this little yacht. Maybe except for Kolos, the cold doesn't bother him too much, but regardless, the sea itself is very very much not forgiving there, where you guys have traveled through the dark and through the days, and even the days seem very short. But the one thing is, you don't see a whole lot of other ships, or pretty much there's not a lot of life itself in the Frigid Sea. After your 5-day travel, though, you make your way to the islands in your head. You're about a mile away from the small island that you guys had seen. In the island, as you approach the island, like I said, you're about a mile away. You see what looks like a long ship, like a Viking ship, headed your way. You see a massive sail with a symbol of a large red bear claw painted on the canvas. Like the sail is just like directly in the wind, so it's like pushing this thing at like an incredible rate of speed, and it's like heading straight towards your tiny ship. The ship is larger than yours, but it's still probably not the size of the Sea Ghost. But as you get a little bit closer, you guys see in the daylight now that it looks as though there's probably about 2 dozen or so of these very large bearfolk warriors that are rowing the ship on top of also being propelled by the strong winds that are blowing to the south.
Snarlers feels like us getting the dude to tell us where that stuff is didn't matter.
And behind that, you can see these giant mountain that's kind of like on the horizon, where you can see is the island of where Zorania is. We'll just put it that way. You see it's a very mountainous terrain. And this kind of Viking-looking ship, now it's close enough to where you can visually see this particularly large, fierce-looking warrior. He's like the captain on the back of the ship, and he's kind of directing the pace to all the rowers. He stands kind of on an elevated platform, and you see he has this like massive, like feathered headdress around a giant bird skull helmet. He looks like he's some sort of like grizzly bear.
Do they look threatening, like they're chasing us to kill us?
Do an insight check.
Would love to. I have no idea what my plus is, though.
It's my character sheet came back up.
Mine didn't. Oh, mine just did.
Mine not.
Click refresh again.
I just did.
Click it harder.
Faster.
Actually, I could probably pull yours up.
12 plus. Hold on, it just loaded. What'd you say?
12 plus something is going to be fine anyway. So you get like a initial like look at these guys. They do look pretty menacing, but I don't think it's enough for you to know like their intentions.
All right.
But these do look like a bunch of big badass bears. Like I said, there's about 2 dozen of them. So you guys know how
Jesus.
ferocious the one in the arena was.
Well,
Granted, he didn't.
I wasn't there for that.
But anyway, so like
Fair.
you see the rest of these guys, and they look like a bunch of like armored up bear warriors. But they're probably within a good probably less than 100 yards in closing, quick.
They're heading towards us.
They're heading towards you, to like cut you off.
Go faster. I don't know.
Do you have any oars? Snarlers like looks around, trying to copy what they're doing.
I'll call out and let them know that we mean them no harm.
State your purpose. Slow your ship. You just hear this massive grizzly like bellow across the sea, like, and his voice is carrying on the wind, so it's just loud.
You slow down too. We're coming to Zorania. Are you guys wanting to slow down? I think if we don't slow down, this might go badly.
Snarlers is okay with slowing down.
We can stop. That helps.
He said slow down. I don't know if I'd come to a complete stop.
So as you guys like throw up the sails, he commands an order for them to stop rowing, and they start putting their sail up a little bit as they slow to a less menacing looking pace. And you see this large grizzly. He just like hops down like one step. It was like marches up to the front of the ship, and he stands up on the like the front edge. You see like he's not wearing any armor, but his chest is like completely like ripped. Like this guy is he's huge. And he's definitely like a humanoid bear sort of guy. And he yells out, he's like, "State your purpose to Bjorn of the Blood Maw."
We come seeking an artifact to essentially save the world.
Save the world. I've heard this story before.
Really?
What do you think you're gonna get from this artifact? Where do you think this artifact is, little man?
Don't tell him. It's probably a trap.
Show him your stupid badge or something. You got a bear badge?
Is
Show him your
he-
bear badge.
Is he close enough to see it?
He's
I mean-
the ship is probably about like 30 yards away as he's kind of yelling to you. I don't know if he'd be able to see specifically what it is, but
I'm trying to look and see. Can't. Did he tell me the clan? I don't remember if he told me the clan. But I'll pull out my the bear claw he gave me. See if you can see it. Hold it up.
what is that?
We come in peace.
A bear claw.
Like the donut? No.
Yeah, we yep. We just went 10 days to the north to deliver one bear claw donut. Are they not happy?
So at that point, he yells over to the crew to get the ship closer, and he goes, I'm coming aboard your ship.
Oh, this is getting a little
Do I
bit
think the deck will hold him up?
I don't know. But at this point, you look and you see, and he has like this massive warhammer strapped to his back. And he gets closer to one of the crew members get up, and then he's also like, these guys are big bear folk too, but maybe not quite as big as him. And one of them like tosses over a rope to you guys.
Well, tie him off. Hopefully this goes well, guys.
So he pulls the rope, so pulls the ship in a little bit tighter to you guys. You see his massive frame as he kind of just one step, he kind of steps up onto the ledge of your ship, and you feel like the weight of the boat shift a little bit. As a couple of you guys have to like walk to the other side of the boat just to make sure that you don't flip this thing. But he gets on the ship, and he's a big bear. He stands probably about 8 feet tall.
Is he bigger than the one from the arena?
Yeah, he looks bigger than that guy. And that guy was like 7 feet tall. He was a big boy, too. Brock, he was the bear folk warrior of the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good old Brock.
So he gets aboard. He goes, "Let me see what you have, human."
I'll hold out my the bear claw I was given.
Snarlers would like to point out we were given that willingly by someone.
Given this willingly? By who? Only a warrior bears the sick Jendak.
Yeah, Snarlers and everyone else kind of beat him in glorious combat. It was sweet.
And he looks at it, and you're holding out this claw. It's a black claw with this like red streaking from the tip. He goes, yes, this is truly a sign of the warrior. The warriors of the Golden Bear tribe we call the Sick Jindak. I know of this tribe. They're from the Northlands. If you say you bested this warrior in combat, then you must truly be magnificent warriors yourselves. Why would I trust you to go to Zerania, the sacred island of the great Fey fish?
I think that's a fair question.
Why would we come all this way to cause trouble?
The Zeranian people, the Aragenasi of this region, are peaceful, innocent villagers. They don't need to see the likes of warriors.
Why are you here?
I am here. We have been protecting this island for centuries.
Has no one else come here lately?
Many people have come here. None of them leave here, though. You can find them at the bottom of the frigid sea.
Look over the side a little bit, shudder, thinking of how cold that fucking water is. Who Any vampires? Undead?
At that point, you see him. He starts like sniffing. And he like leans in a little bit closer down towards you, Vittoria. She's like, What is this witchcraft I smell on you?"
Did Snoddlers do something? Snoddlers? Oh yeah, I got bitten when we fought him.
You see him just like start like growling and like showing his teeth, and he kicks like a step back and puts one hand closer to his warhammer.
I won't bite you, I swear.
Yeah, sorry. Snoddlers was getting a bull out of the way of the dog who was making a giant mess, and all I heard was Snoddlers, Snoddlers.
No,
So what happened?
He said, "What is this witch?" He started sniffing me, and he said, "What is this witchcraft?" I was like, "Snoddlers, did you do something to me?"
Oh, all right.
And
So it
then,
actually wasn't a call; it was just you making fun of me. All right, I'm fair with that.
yes. And then I told him that I got bitten, and now he's taking a step back, a little freaked out. I told him that I wasn't gonna bite him, if that's a thing.
You bear the mark of the werebear. You stink of it.
I don't really smell anything, do I?
Well, you can't really smell yourself, but
I'll lift an arm, sniff. Am I that bad? Why didn't you guys tell me? The
so.
wife's over here wondering why I'm actually sniffing my own armpits.
And so he looks over at the rest of you now, and he's like, "Yeah, we have a werebear, a gnome, fish person, a human. Tell me, why should I trust you to go searching for your precious artifact amongst the innocent peasants of Zerania? You," and he points over at you, Kolos. "What is this? This armor that you wear? Are you looking to slaughter innocents?"
No, this is the armor of Procan from the Brotherhood. I'm a paladin. I do not slaughter innocents. I protect innocents.
Make a persuasion check.
Maybe it's not so bad that Eerie missed a session. God damn.
Procan, I have heard of many ship captains worship the god of the sea. He is not a god that I would worship, but yes, you do appear to be true to what you say. So besides the werebear, we have an innocent paladin. And the rest of you, what say you, small man?
Models will say a lot. What do you need him to say?
Speak the truth on why you come to seek your artifact.
Well, Snoddlers is really trying to collect the whole set as he pats the bag.
Yeah, he just starts growling a little bit more. We have sworn an oath to protect this place. Protect not only the great fish, but what resides within its belly. Unless you are here to help.
I mean, Snoddlers would like to think that he's here to help. Snoddlers is quite helpful.
Who'd you swear this oath to?
This oath has been sworn, passed down from the gods. It's been our oath for centuries. The Northland tribes, they guard the roads in the forests. We have been charged with guarding the sea.
Do you guys land at Zerania?
We do. We are the protectors of Zerania. So, tell me once more time. Why have you seeked out the artifact? What is it
We
you
are-
hope to accomplish here?
We're
Why must you
attempting-
find this artifact, like many others have, with fortune and glory in their souls?
Snodlers doesn't give a shit about fortune and glory. Snodlers is here to help these people find enough of this staff thingy to be able to put Dagon away for good.
Oh, the demon lord has risen?
Demon Lord has started to risen.
He's trying.
We're trying to stop him.
All right, so go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage there, Vasan.
Close to
That's not it.
The other P word. Okay. Ah, finally, an answer worthy of admittance to Zerania. Something about you, this meeting may be fortuitous, for it has come to my attention that the residents of Zerania are in need of aid. And if you were really here to stop Dagon from rising, then the gods must demand your entrance to Zerania.
Do you know what they need help with?
I will allow you to reach the shore of Zerania and speak to the high priest, Slate. He is easy to find. His hut is the first you will come across in the village. Tell him Bjorn sent you.
Bjorn. That's a way better name than Vitoris.
It is. He growls over it. Vitoris.
Just roll my eyes at Snodler's like, bro, what the fuck?
Vitoris, now that you're a bear, you should be picking up bear names.
Yeah, he's not a true bear. He's a werebear scum. Grr.
Oh,
It wasn't a choice.
so Vitoris is probably a good name for him.
Dude, whose side are you on, man?
Yes.
Thanks for the help of showing us where to go, and I hope we can accomplish our goals. We must be going.
Pride and glory. Praise the gods. Beware.
Bangalore.
Beware of the Sahaugen and Dagon. Their forces have been known to reach as far as these lands. And if what you say is true, expect more of them to arrive. With that, he steps back off of your ship and gets back on his ship, and unties the rope, and he kind of backpedals as the guys start rowing away. And he kind of gives you a nod, but side eyes Vitoris as you guys start making your way towards the to the beach.
Snodlers leans over and is like, I think we made out on that one. Snodlers didn't think that they might have been, with Dagon.
I doubt it.
I mean,
You said the Golden Bear Clan?
So he's with the Bloodmaw clan. But the one that you guys are, the one that you got from Brock, that is the Golden Bear. That's roughly the translation of, he said, of, I forget what it's called, Sikjadak. But yeah, as you guys set a sail closer to this island, you start noticing these massive cliffs, this huge mountain in the back, and lots of trees, but similar sort of topography of the little island. A lot of frozen tundra, but maybe a little bit more green. It kind of stands out to you a little bit that it does look a little bit more lush, even though it's amongst all this snow and frozen wasteland. There's actually a lot of greenery to it at the same time. But you guys make your way closer to the small island. I don't know if this map is going to load, but let me see.
I mean, we see something.
Yeah, it's a little fuzzy.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so like it's a small settlement, little dock. This place looks somewhat primitive. There's simple like log houses, wooden houses. As you step onto the dock and make your way into the town, there's probably about 30 or so houses. Again, like in the back, you see like a kind of like a uh, medium-sized forest, but a huge mountain that kind of overlooks the whole thing. And actually, I think I had some art that I can show you too. Show to players. Yeah, you should see the Zerania.
That is a big fucking mountain.
Yeah, it's just like huge mountains, some trees. Definitely like a, I guess you'd say kind of, I don't know, like that Viking sort of feel to it. You know, these people are a little bit more primitive, living off the land, and but
But it is still snowy and shit here. It's not like it's mystical because they're air genasi that there's no snow and stuff, right?
Yeah, right. So it's still snowy, but here it's a lot more. Again, it's weird because there's a lot of snow around, but there's also a lot of green. It's kind of like a paradox of a situation compared to like where the Oracle lived, where it's all pretty much just snow and ice. This place has a lot more trees, almost looks like fertile ground. There's a lot of like farmland amidst the snow and ice. But as you kind of like step up on the dock and you start noticing some of the people walking around, you see a lot of these like very light blue skinned people with like blue eyes, light colored hair walking around, but they're all wrapped in furs and things like of that sort. Most of them look to be pretty simple people. You're not seeing any guards, anything that's looking like metal armor or anything like that. It looks like a lot of farmers, a lot of commoners. And as you make your way towards the first little cabin that he mentioned being the high priest cabin, I'll let you guys see what you guys want to do here as you're standing on the docks.
Well, the first one I see is the tallest one, so scholars will maliciously choose the wrong one. I'm just kidding.
Head towards the tallest building. He said it's the tallest, closest one to the docks, right?
Yeah, it's the first one that you'd see when you get off the docks. Yeah.
Head there, talk to this chieftain.
Okay. I'm just trying to find my page.
Pillows isn't like muted, right?
No.
All right.
All right, so you guys make your way towards the first little hut, and you see a man come out, and he's a very thin man. Again, blue face. He looks very young. I guess his face looks young, yet you don't know like his true age. As you kind of look at some of these other people around here, they all have that similar sort of look. They all look very youthful and vibrant. And he approaches you all with open arms, and he says, "Ah, visitors. Assuming that you made it by the our patrols, I'm assuming that you are cleared. Is this correct?"
We are. Bjorn sent us.
Oh, excellent. You can never be too careful these days. The name is Slate, and he reaches out to shake everybody's hands.
Are you the chief of the village?
I am the high priest of the village. I guess you'd say I'm the chief. We don't really have much of a need for government or leadership, but we're very spiritual people. And who might you all be?
Snodder's lead cheek.
Taurus Magaris.
I'm Boston.
I'm Kolos.
Oh, it's very excellent to meet you all.
We are the travelers.
Da-da-da. Well, what brings you to our peaceful little paradise?
Have you heard of Dagon?
Yes, we know very well of the lore of Dagon. He's
You,
imprisoned in the abyss for all of the eternity, as far as I know.
are you pro Dagon or anti Dagon?
Oh, no, 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 no. We do not worship the demons here.
So anti.
Have you come here to help us with the Windfish?
Not initially, but we're willing to discuss it. Our true quest here lies to complete this trident because the demon is coming back and it's not always taps his bag.
Oh, well, we know that the peace that you seek is safely hidden inside the belly of the great Windfish.
And it sounds like our quests have crossed.
This is very fortuitous. Here's a picture of the Windfish. I'll show you guys as I'm going to describe the story.
Is the fish sacred to you, or is it a nuisance?
Hold on, were you able to see the picture?
Nothing should have
Nothing
popped
yet.
up for me.
Show to players. Damn it. Okay, it should be in your journal now. Oh, it might be under. I gotta pull it out of a folder. That's probably why. My bad.
As long as you admit it. Admitting it is the first step to solving the problem.
That's one big fish.
Wait, do you actually see it? I don't see it.
I found it in the list. It's all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
Under
at the
PC
bottom.
handout, Wake of the Windfish, Chapter 1, The Ancient
Oh, I
Nest.
found it.
Yeah, trying to pull it out of that so you can't see that, but I lost it. I buried it in our folder.
I just started looking through folders, and of course it was in the very last one.
But anyway, so let me tell you guys about the Windfish. It has like way too many folders on here. But anyway. Okay. So he says the Windfish has visited this island for the last 3 centuries. I tell you about the history of when it first arrived 300 years ago. It flew from the sea over our peaceful settlement, and as it did that, it brought back the most bountiful harvest and the most fertile of land, the greatest catches of all the fish in the sea. The people here of Serendia had viewed the arrival of the Windfish as a blessing. And when it flew over the village, it was like a breath of wind as it flew itself almost effortlessly as it merged into the mountainside where it slumbered. Well, when that happened, it was the duty of the people to unbury it. We needed to see this and thank it for this great bounty that it bestowed upon us. So the people of the village, they dug for years through the mountainside. They built a temple and tunnels to show our appreciation to the Windfish and bring it offerings. But the problem is, when we got there, it didn't want to see us. It didn't want our visit. After years and years of digging and building this beautiful temple, the Windfish just got up, flew away, and never came back. About 50 years later, the Windfish came back again. It landed in a different spot. We learned our lesson this time. Not to chase the Windfish. But again, it brought its bountiful harvest and fish, everything. But the Genasi of the village have learned to be humble and not to wander too close to the Windfish. Every 50 years, the Windfish would come back. It's been doing this for 300 years now. Just recently, however, the Windfish showed up on our shores, not in its usual spot, hidden within the mountain. It showed up on the shores sick. It looked weak. So my sister, the young priestess Nari, she went to see if she could aid the Windfish. So she walked up to him, to its great mouth. As she drew closer, it opened its mouth, and for some reason, she decided she needed to walk inside. And when that happened, she disappeared inside the mouth of the great Windfish. And the Windfish flew up and flew into the mountainside, into the spot where the sacred temple was that we had built. None of us have dared go in there, for we don't want the Windfish to just get up and leave. We would never see Nari again or find out what happened. It would be 50 years before any information, if the Windfish would even come back, truly. But we do have to say the harvest isn't as bountiful this year. The crops aren't as good. My sister is gone. So you could say that this is fortuitous, that we could use your help if you could go into the old temple, through the mines, through the tunnels, and find the Windfish and aid the Windfish. Inside its belly, you will find the piece of the Trident you seek. So, as
Cool.
you see, it's fortuitous that you have come to help us, and we could help you.
Dollars up for it, you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys seem really nice. Honestly, the nicest that we've met in a long time. Usually, we just kind of land on a beach and everyone attacks us.
Well, we are peaceful people. I mean, most of us don't even own any weapons other than for hunting. But
Well, it sounds like you keep your muscle off on shore, so it's not always understands why you can be peaceful now. But
they have been here for centuries. I think when Dagon was banished to the abyss and his trident was destroyed, the gods had placed the trident piece in the fish, and the gods had entrusted the bear folk to protect us. It's been a wonderful relationship for 300 years, but I don't know what has happened, if the gods are angry or if Dagon is behind this mess with the ailing of the Windfish. But all I know is, again, this is most fortuitous that you are here, my friends. I could set you up with a guide. His name is Falandare. He is a drow from far away. He's come here to.
what?
Yeah, yes, a drow. Have you heard of them?
Out of character, I greatly assume I know more than I care to know about them.
Oh
just
yeah,
by
yeah.
character,
If you're from the Underdark, you know about the drow.
I've merely heard rumors of the drow.
Scholars will tell you that the rumors will never be as accurate as the atrocities that they are a part of.
Well, I don't know much about this, but he seems to be very curious, and he claims that he's writing a book, and he's researching all that he can about the Windfish. Um, Perhaps you could speak to him. He is right over there, and he points up the road to a little hut. He will be able to take you inside the temple. He is the only one that has gone in there. As far as any of us, we do not dare step inside the temple. But
This is probably outside of chaotic good, but as a player character, I immediately thought of Gilderoy Lockhart and was like, I could take that book. Just memory wipe him, take his research. Perfect, this is my research now.
Yay!
Oh god. Thank you for adding a conflict of interest for me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So the whole time that Slate is talking to you guys, you do notice he just has this one like weird quirk about him. He's just like when he's talking to you, he's literally like staring at you. Like he's not even blinking. He's just staring directly at you, almost like I don't know, like almost like robotic. Um, but anyway, so now
Is it weird enough that I would try to discern, or if I would think that it's so weird that it might not be just a Genasi thing? Like, I've never probably seen them. So,
you've never
like,
seen them, so you don't know. Yeah,
all right.
you wouldn't know if it's just a Genasi thing, but it definitely throws you guys all off because maybe none of you have ever met a Genasi. And I don't know if it's all of the people, but you guys do know that this particular one, the first one that you've met, seems to be a little weird. That he just has like he's just staring at you like blankly, like he doesn't even blink. But he says, "So if that is all, I would like to take my leave, and I have much prayers to do for the day."
Nautilus understands and looks forward to meeting this drow.
And please, I hope you find my sister Nari.
We will do our best.
Then he like turns and walks away, and even him, like you see, like he walks by. There's a couple other Genasi that walk by, and he's actually very thin and tall compared to some of the other ones. And as these other people walk by, he said, like I said, some of them are in furs. You see a lot of them in like looks like almost like togas kind of, but they're made with like fish scales and fish drawings, and you see like all sorts of blankets that they're like wearing around them, and they also have like embroidered like fey fish emblems on them. Like you can tell that they're everything in their religion is basically currently like revolves around this fish that comes every 50 years. All right, so yeah, he heads off back into his house and leaves you guys alone in the small village of Zarania.
These guys like fish sticks. Where did you say the drow was?
He pointed up to like a house up the road here somewhere.
Like in character, I'm kind of asking.
Oh,
In depression.
Scholars, you normally love meeting people.
Not the drow. Drow are not to be trusted. They love their poison, so just watch your back.
I'll keep that in mind. Start making my way towards the Drow's cabin.
There are in-character elements of this, but like Snoddlers is probably gonna be on like super high alert and looking for problems. Like probably even to the point of manifesting them if they don't exist. So by all means, if you want to set me as paranoid and cautious, cool. Just just let me know. Oh my gosh, are the grids literally like micro grids on this one?
yeah, I have no idea. It's just something I stole off the internet. I wasn't gonna make.
Oh, I don't think I don't think it's gridded. That's why. I just
Yeah.
see squares, but I can move like a pixel.
I just wanted to give you guys a rough idea
Yeah,
of
no, that's cool.
what I had in my mind. So.
So, and out of character, like you said that the land was fertile.
Yes.
Therefore, it is kind of dirt here
Yeah.
and not snow like you described,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
All right.
Around the edges and stuff is all like you can see even on this map. It's all snow and ice, but there's a lot of dirt, and then you see there's probably like small plots of like farmland and stuff, and like uh, pretty surprising amount of good farming here. Even though the high priest there, he did say that this the last visit currently when the Fey fish arrived, it didn't bring the usual bountiful harvest like it normally does, but it still doesn't like this little village is kind of like a weird oasis amidst all this like snow and ice. Here's this like lush little green valley.
And I guess to the drow.
All right, so you guys are headed up to the house. It's just like a nice little cabin. You're standing outside. You can see it's just simply made, little thatch roof and simple timber in the walls.
What Snodlers doesn't understand is how air people would be in such primitive houses. It's got to be drafty.
They probably fill the cracks in with mud and stuff, right? I knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock on the door and like almost instantly the door swings open and you see this elf step out, a dark elf, dark skin face, light hair. He looks young even for an elf, and he's not very tall. He's probably only about 5 feet tall. And he walks out and he's like, "Hello, may I help you?" "Oh, you're not Genasi."
No, we're not. We've been told you can guide us to the temple.
Yeah, I've spent some time in the temple. Who are you?"
We are the travelers.
"Oh, hold on!" And you see him like pull out this like little notebook out of his pocket. He just starts furiously writing down the travelers. Very
Snodlers
interesting.
Snodlers leans over to the sides. How big is his book?
Uh,
Is my book bigger?
it looks about the same size as your book.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on
Uh,
him? Or Detect Thoughts, period?
yeah, go ahead.
And there shouldn't be a check because I'm not trying to like dig into his
Yeah, it's
shit.
just surface thoughts. Okay. Um, you definitely get the idea that he's very curious, and he's almost kind of like giddy and excited that he just met different people here in this land. The only other thoughts you get from his head is just how excited he is to go into the temple.
All right.
So everything seemed on the up and up as what he was described as, like a guide.
Understood. And it lasts a minute, so as we go, I'll just probably at the end be like, and
Okay. So you want to go into the temple? Uh, why is that? I've been here for a few weeks now. I started making my way into some of the tunnels. Unfortunately, it seems like nobody has been in this place for. They tell me about 200 years since they've been in this temple. Some sort of weird Genasi taboo that they don't want to go near the Windfish, but they say that it's settled on the other side of the temple, just inside the mountain, but I haven't been able to get in there because many of the passageways have been collapsed and are kind of in ruin.
yeah. So Snodlers needs to know though, why are you here,
Oh,
and where did you come from?
well, I come from the same place that you come from.
You know.
The Underdark.
How did you get here, though?
Oh, I traveled. It's been a
Why did you
long
come?
road from Mesobronson. It's many days travel, but this is what I choose to do with my life. I want to follow in my parents' footsteps and live underground and be part of this society. I want to see more. I want to learn. I want to explore. This is why I'm writing my book. And he like pulls up his book and like quickly like ruffles through the pages and show you how it's like all filled up because he's lived this amazing adventure.
It lasts like how many weeks?
Well, so why are you here then, travelers?
We are seeking the Fayfish.
Oh,
Windfish.
the windfish is an amazing fey creature. It truly is. I don't know much about it. This is why I need to find it and study it. It can swim. It can fly. It can transform itself. It can move through solid rock. I mean, this is an amazing creature.
Here it was sick.
Yes. Um, when I arrived 2 days before the arrival of the windfish because I wanted to be here to see it so I could study it.
Convenient.
Well,
Convenient.
and now you're getting some Trevor's thoughts that he's getting kind of like, it's like, oh, this guy is so impatient, so judgy, just like the rest of his people. But so he's like,
Well, at the end of the minute, too.
so, so he's like, so I got here 2 days before the windfish arrived, and then it was kind of disappointing to see it like just kind of flop on the shore. And I mean, this thing is massive. It's probably about 100 foot long.
Take us to it.
You don't
Wait.
You don't want to hear more of my story?
Sure, we could talk on the way.
I have to get my gear.
All right, well, I mean, we could talk on the way.
Oh, all right. So, anyway, as he goes in the house, he's like still talking, and he's like, you see him like through the doorway. He's grabbing his backpack and he's got like a walking stick, and he puts like a little hat on. He's like, just in case it gets sunny today, the light really bothers my eyes, and he steps
None of
out.
those understands that actually.
Yeah.
These people end up using fire in the dark, and it's very annoying.
I want to look around, see if I see any poisons laying around. Just from the doorway.
Make a perception check. You look around and you see a couple vials that are on the shelf inside of his little hut. You don't know if they're poisoned or not, but
I'll elbow Snodlers and point them out.
I probably can't see on the table.
yeah, it's up like a 5 foot shelf up in the air, so he can see the bottom of the shelf.
There's a couple vials up there. I wonder what's in them.
So anyway, when I got here, and the poor fish was so sick, and then I saw the most beautiful woman, the young priestess Nari, so brave. She walked up to the thing, and as she walked up to it, it was the strangest thing because it stopped and its eyes focused on her, and it was almost like that they were communicating without saying any words. Then it opened its mouth and she just walked inside of it, and it closed its mouth and flew away with her. The townspeople all gasped in horror. They thought she was swallowed whole and eaten by their god. But if you ask me, I think there's more to it than that. I think that they were speaking, communicating, and she was helping the thing. And I think that she may still be alive.
I think you're got a good story.
Well, thank you. And he shuts the door of the hut and starts leading you guys down the path.
Guess we'll follow along. He didn't grab the vials, did he?
No, he left the vials there.
No, they're empty. They've already been poured into the fish. It's fine.
Now John's all pissed off because he guessed his plot, the plot hook.
Ow. No. This is actually the redeeming one because, like, at the very beginning of this, I actually called out as all the drow were evil.
All right, so he makes you guys. It takes you guys like through a nice little walk. It's a well defined path through the woods, and you get to the base of this mountain. It probably takes a good 45 minutes or so as you get to the base of the mountain, and you see a carved entryway in the side of the mountain. And he goes, "Well, this is the entrance to the temple. Now you got to be
Oh,
very careful because there was a lot of debris around here, and you can't be too loud because you don't want anything to shift and have a cave in. But
Is
if
this
we're
where the fish is?
yeah, but we have to make our way through the tunnels to get to the temple.
how cold is
Okay.
it out here?
It's cold, but it's probably like above zero. It's probably like 30 degrees or so.
So our wintry clothes are like more than sufficient.
Yeah, you're definitely feeling much better than the last place you were in.
Awesome. Magically warmer here. Got it. Next.
Now, I do have to warn you, if you can't see in the dark, like some of us can, you might have a hard time because it is very dark in here.
Don't worry, they'll fix it. Ugh.
Just to prove his point, I will cast light on my hand crossbow.
Oh, fancy.
Snodlers loves it when I do this.
So he pulls out his book and he just starts writing down. Do you mind if I see your hand?
My hand? Yeah, I guess.
So he like puts like his pencil in his pocket in his book and he grabs your hand with both of his hands and he's like rubbing your palm and like feeling your hand. And he's like, oh. And then he lets go abruptly, just lets go of your hand, and he grabs his book and he starts writing something in there. And he kind of like looks up over it, like to see if you're watching him write, and then he looks back down real quick, so you can't see what he's writing. And then he sticks it in his pocket. He goes, "Okay, let's carry on."
Do you put anything on my hand?
Doesn't look like it.
That's comforting. Carry on, I guess.
All right, so you guys start
Do I have
making.
that flame dagger still? Or is that not this game?
I thought that was this game.
Remember-
Didn't Josh give you a?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
a dagger with a permanent flame spell. Because he did my fish sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that out
Okay.
so I can see.
Well, I guess if everyone's going to pull something out, I'm going to create a torch of minor illusion, but it doesn't emit any light, and like fake hold it.
And again, you see the drow, which I don't know. Did he introduce himself?
No, he's just Drow. He doesn't need a name.
His name is
Fowler's
Phalender.
Drow.
Phalender, the drow guide. Anyway, so he pulls out his little notebook and he starts scribbling it down as he's looking over at you, and he's kind of squinting a little bit as he's writing something in his book, Snodlers, and he puts it back in his pocket. He's like, "Oh, very interesting. You travelers are very interesting. Anyway, follow me." And he just starts haphazardly like walking into the to the tunnels. I'll put you guys on this tunnel map. So you guys, if you can see it, you're on the left-hand side.
Yep. Dollars is going to be right next to him, but I can't get away far enough.
Let
God,
let me
I'm
put
off the
him in the
side.
front.
I lost my character off screen.
Yeah, we have to pull up a new one.
Snodlers fell off the map.
like worse than normal. Literally, it went off of the left-hand side.
I don't know. I don't know how to get yourself back. All right. So he starts making his way into the tunnels, and he says, "Okay, now it now there's two Snouders.
Control A works.
Oh, okay. So I do have to warn you. Beware of the cave-ins. Um, I made my way through here before. I only made it a little way into this place. I made it to the old shrine. That's about as far as I've gotten, and then I didn't have any tools to do any digging, so I couldn't really go any farther. You did bring some tools, right?
Nope.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out.
I think I found a shovel. I think we found a shovel somewhere.
All right.
Yep, I have one shovel and one pickaxe.
All right. So you're doing all the digging. Got it.
Absolutely not. So we brought the. Oh shit, he's not here. Fuck. Of course we do digging in the dwarf's MIA.
So you get to like the first little junction here, and he's like, he points off like down to the right. He's like, yeah, there's a cave in there. It looks like a lot of debris fell. It must have been a southern passageway, but the rest of these passageways are opened up here. I'll show you what I found. So you guys get to like an intersection in the middle here, and he's like, well, I found there's what's the reveal? I found the passageway to the right. So he went this way. I found the old shrine. And then just this is as far as I've actually made my way into the tunnel.
What are these other side passages?
That I didn't explore, but you're more than willing or able to do it. So the shrine that he brings you in, he comes in here. He goes, "Well, this still is a beautiful place, and look at the work of art here. The granite and the limestone floors. Yes, it's been cracked and deteriorated. I mean, it's been sitting for 200 years, but this flooring is just amazing. This is all hand crafted by some true artisans." In the back, you see a coffin that it's kind of under a little bit of debris toward the back wall. It's like partially caved in. From what I know, when I talked to Slate about this, that the people of Zerania considered it an honor that they buried one of the original founders of Zerania in the shrine here. That's supposedly his coffin. He was buried very close to the nest of the Windfish.
So this is his?
Yeah, that's his coffin over there.
So the fish is close to this?
Yeah, we're close to the temple right now. We just have to get through these tunnels.
Cool.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah. I'm like looking around. I guess I'll just. Like, all right. Let's go back this way?
Yeah, I guess we'll explore the rest of the tunnels.
Okay, lead the way. That's why you guys are going with me. You're the muscle. I'm just the guide. I'll tell you what you need to know.
Sure. Guide us to where we gotta go. Why'd you
Got-
bring us down here?
Well,
Guys usually go first, right?
well, they're all caved in. I can't get through there. So he comes over to this intersection. He's like, look. And to the area to the south here. You look at the edge of this end of this passageway, and it's completely buried in rubble. He's like, that's caved in there. So I don't know if you want to unbury this. I mean,
You never thought to bring a shovel or a pick?
well, no, I don't have any. And the people here, they apparently they don't have shovels or picks because they have no need to go digging inside these tunnels.
Or the ground for food.
So,
Fair.
well, they have wooden sticks. What is a wooden stick gonna do against moving gigantic boulders?
I mean, Snarlers can think of some
I
leverage.
I don't know about you, but from where I'm from, I mean, we use metal objects to do certain tasks like this. But
You guys have metal.
and he just kind of like turns his nose up to you, and he's like, "Well, so I started a couple days ago moving these rocks one at a time, like this." And he bends down, he like picks up like a rock, and he's like really struggling. This guy's not the strongest guy, and he's like, yeah, and he picks one up and he moves it to the side. It's like, see, I figure if we just keep doing this for the next like 10 days or so, we'll get through this passageway.
10 days.
Well, maybe we could speed it up if, you guys are here to help. Now there's from behind you. You hear like you start hearing like sounds of like a clicking sound.
Oh God! Snarlers turns around like quick, but is very cautious with the drow. At
Yeah,
120 feet of dark vision.
all right, you look down inside this this tunnel, and or passageway, I guess you call it. And inside of there, you don't see anything, but you do see that like there's several like piles of bones on the floor, and you see like kind of like bite marks and claw marks all along the walls.
Guys, there's something here.
What?
Start walking into the thing.
As you guys are doing that, Phalender is like starts to like barking orders at Vittoria. She's like, "Well, you could help me by lifting some of these rocks,
Did I hear Stodlers?
I don't know. Do a perception check to see if you get heard Snodler's whispering to Vossen at the other end of the hall. Yeah, you heard him whisper something. Snodler's wasn't very stealthy about it, apparently.
Apparently, there's something here. It's like I'm drunk. Drunk whisper.
You keep moving these rocks. Snodlers just heard something. Make sure it's nothing that's gonna eat us.
All right, so Snodlers, you make your way a little bit further into that room, and it kind of opens up to like a larger chamber, and you notice that to the east side of it, the wall is like partially collapsed, like there was like the chamber might have been larger, but it's partially collapsed, and there's a couple small holes in there. They're probably about the size of a fist, probably like a human fist.
Do I have the urge to stick my hand in it? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, and as you kind of like make your way like closer to the thing, you hear more of this clicking sound coming from the walls, like inside the walls.
Oh God. So, not really familiar with this type of land shit. What would make clicking sounds and be in a wall? Anyone?
You can go ahead and make a nature check.
I was saying that out loud in character, but I will gladly also take a nature check.
Yeah, go ahead and take a nature check. This is something that. So being from the Underdark, you do know of some types of like insects that like live underground, like burrow inside of rock like that. That's probably about all you could think of.
am I scared if that's the same type of thing?
Hmm. It's a wide variety of insects, both from the small,
Right.
like tiny, insignificant insects to obviously
To
larger
not.
things. But
All right, fair. So I guess it's a question of, so do you guys also have insects that live in the ground and click? Because I'm hoping that these aren't the ones I know of. It could be bad or useless to us, but these bones are kind of big. They're almost five. They're almost 2, 3 feet long.
yeah, you look down at some of these bones, and they look like they are like wolves of animals, not human or anything like that. But they look like they are like it could be like deer or like foxes or like local like woodland sort of animals.
I'm concerned. So who wants to go check it out? That is wearing not no armor.
I just walk past them.
All right, bye. And I cast a fireball around this hole, and then it collapses.
Follow him in there.
And I'm not being quiet either. I'm just
It's
clanking
to
along.
the east. To the east.
I'm going to go over to the wall then.
All right, Colas, you go over to the wall, and it's like I said, it's like a rubbled wall. Definitely like a cave in, and there's a couple spots. Like I said, look like they're big enough for like your hand to fit through there.
Hmm. So you'd also say a longsword could potentially fit through there?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to pull out my elemental longsword and just shove it in a hole.
Yeah, you shove it through the hole, and you feel like it's open on the other side. Like you can like move the blade around, and it feels like there is some sort of passage there. You can even look like down. You kind of peek through it, and you can see there's another wall on the other side. So it looks like the chamber opens up to like a larger chamber.
Okay. Is the clicking coming from the other side of the wall?
You hear the clicking louder in that side of the wall as well.
All right.
But Vitoris, like when you walk over to the west side of the room, you start hearing clicking coming from up above you as well. It just sounds like it's in the walls.
Oh, goody. What are the walls and floor made out of? Like, is it like paved stone or?
It's all like loose stone.
Okay.
This is like a very like crudely hewn, like created chamber.
With sticks.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was well crafted.
So many sticks. The passageway he's standing at, I would mold earthwork. Why do they gotta be 15 paragraphs long?
Because Mold Earth has like 20 different uses.
Touche. Like, can I use that spell to actually try and dig into the room that Kolos is looking in?
First
Yeah, I mean
paragraph.
it's
Probably
fairly
best.
the wall that he's by is fairly loose. Like so you can use that to start like moving some of the rocks away, and it kind of like opens up to like a larger hole. As you do that, like you see some of the dirt and stones, small stones, roll away as the passageway kind of opens back up, and you see that it's a larger chamber, and the clicking all of a sudden as the stones get disturbed gets much louder as all of a sudden from all these holes in the ceiling and the walls you see all these giant um, centipedes start climbing out. You see that they have these razor sharp pincers on their faces. And
I've never wanted to yell that first now there's a fireball, everything in the room right now, more in my life.
Do you want to collapse? I can make a collapse.
No need.
Oh, nice. A2 even.
Yeah, nice. Now you know the room number.
Oh my god, that means there's at least one room we missed.
Here.
Oh god.
Okay. All right. So let's roll for initiative. You guys can fight these things. They don't look like super menacing. These things are probably they're large for centipede's sake, I guess. These things are probably about 2 feet long, and they're about like fist size wide. But they have a shitload of legs and these really sharp-looking pincers. But menacingly,
So, like-
you guys have fought some things that look a lot scarier at this point. But I guess never
But you haven't found out
underestimate.
about their poison yet. So, like, trip attacks probably wouldn't work on centipedes, huh?
Probably not, unless you can trip all of their legs.
Critical trip.
Critical trip. Shit. I'm trying to find all these fucking stat blocks.
All of these stat blocks. It's more than one.
No, I have so much stuff. My plan was to like clean up my journal because there's just so much stuff in here.
Oh yeah, from a year and a half of
Yeah, it's just turning
encounters.
into a mess. And then I started deleting stuff, and then I made mistakes, and things went bad. So yeah, yeah,
You just got to make a folder that says old shit and drag it in.
that's what I'm gonna have to do. All right, here, there. Let's see here. Initiative A. All right, so the one group of them are gonna roll terrible. I'm gonna do them as 2 separate groups. Yeah, I'll just roll initiative for them individually.
Oh god.
I don't feel like separating them. I don't know what they're gonna get, but we'll see. They probably won't last long. These things are just basically big bugs, but. All right, so you see these things start climbing out of the wall, and the one of them right by you, Vitoris, like comes like right down from the ceiling and drops right down on top of you. You feel it like heavy land, like a scarf on your shoulders.
Oh,
Hugging you with all of its
giving
feet.
you a hug with a critical hit. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's how we do. All right, so you take 8 points of piercing damage, and also 13 points of poison damage. And you have to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah. So sorry, you do take that 13 point. The 13 was for the save, so you fail. So you take the full 8 points of piercing and 13 points of poison.
Fireball everything.
You feel this thing just like all its legs just kind of like dig into your armor, and you feel these pincers like squeeze right in the back of your neck. And you feel this poison just kind of like coursing through your veins.
I have a mechanics question in regards to this poison.
Sure.
Because it looks like it says 9 plus 13 poison, but it doubled the dice of the poison when it wasn't based on the attack roll, which I think is not normally accurate, but then you only took the higher of the 2 numbers.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, yeah, the +9. I didn't even see the +9.
But
So I did the crit, so it's a 4, so it gets an automatic.
So yeah, and it didn't do
four,
perfect.
so it
It
should have
didn't do
been
perfect
8.
rolls.
Right, so
But
I
it
did
was
the
right.
perfect. I did the perfect roll, but I don't know where the 9 came from.
So it's rolling the poison twice as well, which I don't think is accurate, because the poison damage isn't based on the critical attack roll; it's based on the con save, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
Oh no!
Well, the 13 is 3d6. Well, let me look at its stat blocks. Oh yeah, so it's
3d6.
3 to 6 poison damage. Yeah.
But
So-
it takes the poison damage only if it fails the con save, which means that the poison damage isn't based on the attack roll. So double it or doing crit on it seems funny. I don't think it'll come up again, but I was just making sure.
So you still take the 13, but like the damage should have been D4 plus 2. So I don't know where so we got a 3 plus a 4. I don't know how they figure that.
Yeah, that's
out,
weird.
Or where the 9 even came in, because it should have just been 13.
The 9 is a second 3.
Oh, I got you.
control.
Yeah. So right.
Sorry, that whole conversation is moot because he gets +4 to the Constitution save, so he makes the save.
Oh yeah. Okay. Because he's within
Sorry.
10 feet of you.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
I
Then we don't
completely forgot.
Then we don't have to figure it out.
There you
Perfect.
go.
All right.
Exactly 10 feet.
Okay.
Yep. Same with you, Snodlers.
Come at me, Rose.
All right, so you're just gonna get the perfect crit. So that's the 4 on top of the 3 he rolled. So it's just let's just say it's 7 plus 2, so 9 points of piercing damage. And then
All right.
then it's one of these other ones that like kind of like scuttles across the top of the floor through the hole that Vitoris created, and this thing just kind of like lunges towards Kolos. With a 22 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
All right, so you got to make a Constitution saving throw. So you fail.
12.
Oh,
I get +4.
the +4. Okay, so you succeed. All right, so you just take 3 points of piercing damage. And then it's Vitoris' turn.
One of them's on me, right?
Yeah, it's right on your shoulders. It's your new scarf.
Yeah, no. Fuck, I really want to shoot it. I'll shoot the one next to me. With steady aim, and then as soon as I find it, there it is. For 14 to hit.
Yep, 14's gonna hit.
For 24 points of damage on this one.
Yeah, that you just splat it because it's coming right out of the wall, and you just put a bolt right through its face.
Yeah, fuck you. That's all I got. That's the end of my turn.
All right, giant centipede. It comes to the wall. This one also comes skittering up, crawls up Colus's leg and tries to bite his shin with a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Constitution saving throw. You succeed, so you just take 4 points of piercing damage. And then centipede to your south. While you're standing there, this other one kind of like starts climbing up the back of your leg, and you feel it and try to sink its teeth into your calf with a 13 to hit.
Sounds good, miss.
Yeah, they can't get through that like sweet spot between the break in your armor. All right, so now there's.
All right. Well, I'm going to hope that these are really shitty bugs. So I'm hitting each of them with magic missile that I can see. So the 5 of them here.
In that room, right? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5. Yep. So boom, 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 boom. You magic missile. These magical darts come blasting out of your hands, and each of them just splatter. The one splattered right that's on Vitoris all over the back. You just see this goo all over Vitoris's back now.
So I take the palm of my hand and blow into it like you would the muzzle of a gun that you
A
just fired.
smoking gun.
That's it.
All right, the last surviving centipede. It's not very intelligent, so it just rushes in the door. It's climbing on the ceiling. It goes up the ceiling, and it tries to drop down and bite at Kolos. With a 23 to hit.
That's
These things are just fucking.
These things are good. Damn, nice. All right, so you just take 3 points of piercing damage. This thing lands on top of you, and you just feel it just get on your on your neck as you're trying to like pull it away. But you pull it away at enough in quick enough time before the poison starts getting pumped into your veins. All right, Vossen.
I went over to see that and I like pull out my quarterstaff with one hand and like try to swat at it like you would swat at like a mosquito on his neck.
Nice. Come on, crit fail.
One
Yeah, so
26 to hit?
you rush over and do
One hand?
that. And you
For
just
7.
yeah, like a pool cue. You just poke it right off of him, and you splatter it, pinning it right up against one of the stones, and just squishing it into the wall. Then you hear from down at the end of the hall. You're like, "What are you guys doing? I thought we were gonna clear this tunnel."
Exterminating bugs.
We'll be there in a minute. You just keep working on those rocks.
At the sound of the voice, I'd like to take my reaction just about face and look towards him, making sure that he's not coming up on us. Because now that I realize I'm the first person who's going to get killed
With his poison.
with this poison.
I'm willing to touch myself for 10.
Ooh.
And then I guess I'll walk back. I guess help this dark elf moving rocks.
All right.
Is there anything in this chamber?
Oops, sorry, I moved the map. So you walk into that chamber. You see a whole bunch of piles of bones. You see nothing of interest, just a bunch of bones and the smell of rot and decay.
All right.
Nothing. They've just been eating wildlife, so.
I'll head back down to this tunnel. See if I can't do down here. How many rocks did he move?
It looks like Phalender moved like 2 small rocks.
Yeah,
Hey.
almost one.
He looks winded.
I'll see if I can't use mold earth to maybe make it a little bit faster.
Okay, I like it. And you start clearing these rocks, and it opens up into a much larger cavern at this point. And this cavern is filled with stalagmites and stalactites, and the air down here is a little bit thicker, a little bit damper, as you can tell that you're starting to get deeper inside the cave system here.
Oh, I could have been a dick and just handed him a pickaxe. Like, this would make this go faster. As we all stood around and watched.
That would have been rude if you could have used magic to do all the work.
Is he disappointed that he had to move rocks at all?
No, so he looks at you and he's just like, "Well, I see we picked the right guys for the job."
Ever been attacked by centipedes in here?
No, I didn't go in that room when I came in here. Judge, I haven't been here for very long. I was trying to figure out how I was going to clear these tunnels out. All right, as soon as Vitoris, Kolish, you guys walk into this room, you feel this strangest sensation as something falls from the ceiling and just lands on top of your head and just completely envelops your face as these like almost like octopus things come down and
Hey, sucker!
start face sucking you. Yes.
Oh, god damn it. Now we're
Super.
gonna get chest bursters.
Putting its wiener in your mouth.
That's not how they work, I don't think. But
They impregnate you, so I think that's how they work.
have you
Yeah,
watched
so-
different alien movies?
Let me switch here. You guys are on their tokens.
Are we supposed to be?
I'm just gonna put you to the side. Just stay to the side for a second, just so I can roll initiative for them. All right, so
Is the draw moving in that room or no?
as soon as he sees you guys walk in there, he's like, "Ah, I think I'm just gonna wait out here." Okay, so Cola, so this thing just fell from the ceiling, landed on your face, and you are currently grappled and restrained by this thing. Let me see if it took any damage though. Okay. All right, yeah. So it lands on top of your face, and you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing just starts. You feel it crushing your head. And Vitoris, this thing is going to be on top of you, but let me see if it does any damage to you.
Hopefully not.
Does a 17 hit?
No.
All right, so this thing is grappling you. It's restraining you. You feel it just like cover over your head, but it doesn't end up doing any damage. But you guys are both blinded. You can't breathe. You're restrained and grappled. But so Snarlers is up.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, maybe I should have done that.
Oh, wait, so never mind.
Boston is up.
Boston is up.
I should have rolled. Yeah, I'm gonna see that like jump down, and I'm gonna like quickly like spin my quarterstaff around and try to whack this fucking thing that landed on Cole's head.
Okay.
Try to break him free.
So you're gonna try to hit it then? Attack it? All right.
Yeah, knock it free.
All right, so yeah, with a 17, you definitely hit it. Go ahead and
For
roll
8.
damage. For 8. Let me see if he can make a saving throw to see if he's still holding on to Kolos. Oh yeah, you hit it for 8 though. You hit it hard, and you think you almost you see Kolos's head kind of like twitch a little bit as you.
I'm gonna like twirl it around and try to hit it again.
All right, it's gonna hit.
Oh, for 7.
Another 7. This time, as soon as you do that, you end up you see it like just kind of fall off, and it's got like this almost octopus like pseudopods as it kind of like stands itself up on the ground now, and it's like walking like kind of like spider legs.
I'm gonna like try to axe kick to squish it for an unarmed attack
Nice, that's a good hit.
for 11.
Yeah, as it tries to like get up and rights itself, you just come over there and just axe kick right down on top of the thing and just squish it to the ground.
That's my turn.
All right, Kolos. Feeling like you just got raped for a second there.
Give me
Yeah,
a second. D Beyond just went down again.
Oh yeah, you look over and you see Vitoris has this thing on his head.
Alright, so computer one's down, but my phone's fine. So at least I
Nice.
can see all my pluses. So, alright, I'm gonna move over here and swing with the elemental longsword. Kinda. Trying not to hack off his head at the same time. 22 to hit.
22 is good to hit. Yep.
for 7 points of damage.
Nice. Let's see if this thing is still holding on. Oh yeah, it's still gripping onto Vitoris.
Dude, how many fucking natural 20s has it been so far?
This is great. I'm definitely not gonna refresh.
Like 10. Almost try to like stab at it again. 15 to hit.
Oh yeah, 15's gonna hit.
For 9 points of damage.
And this thing, it just comes loose and it just falls next to Vitoris. And you see it like almost like spider legs. It kind of rights itself up. You see its eyes, kind of beady little eyes, looking at you, Kolos.
All right, that ends my turn.
Right, Snothers.
I'm going to hold my action to mind sliver the drow if she makes an aggressive move, which means that it's on you to determine if it's aggressive. And I tell her, don't move.
Okay.
That's it.
Right, so that brings up Vitoris.
I immediately try to shoot it. Thank God, the only thing I could think to do was try and bash my face off the floor. Steady aim for 25 to hit.
It'll hit.
For 32 points of damage.
Oh yeah, you put the crossbow bolt down right through it. It just rips in half.
Fuck you!
All right, at that point, Vitoris, I need you to make a. Oh no, Colas is quicker. Colas, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
You're pregnant.
18.
Oh yeah, all right. So all of a sudden, you see another one of these things. Just kind of, it was one of these stalactites. It comes to life. It's another one of these creatures, and it tries to drop on top of you, but you just kind of step out of the way as you're kind of used to their actions at this point, and it lands right in front of you, and it makes an attack at you. It kind of like tries to whip out at you. 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right, so it climbs up right up onto your chest. You just see it sucks right onto your face. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And this thing covers your face again. That was his turn. Okay, so then, last to go on this initiative order is you see the massive stalagmite in the center of the room. It starts coming to life. You see these massive tentacles just start whipping out of this. And I'm on the stupid wrong layer. Ah! Alright, this thing makes an attack at you, Kolos.
Super.
I need all my stat blocks here. Alright. Oh, it actually makes an attack at all three of you. Well, what's the range on these things? 50 feet. Alright.
It's got to be huge because otherwise it's worthless.
Yeah, I know. So it also can hit the guy at the same time. So let's see what he does here.
Imagine that'll take me out of my my days.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong tendril. Okay, so we'll start with Kolos. You're the closest one. He goes to attack you. You are restrained, grappled, so he's going to have an advantage on this attack on you. A 24 to hit.
Yep.
So whoosh, all of a sudden, like, you're not only blind as this thing is stuck to your face, but now all of a sudden you feel something like wrap around your abdomen, and you are grappled by this thing as it starts pulling you in closer to it.
Biffy.
Oh, so yeah, it's close enough as it starts reeling you in. It's gonna make a bite attack on you. With a 17 to hit.
That misses.
Nice. So you managed to hold up your shield enough to block this thing. You feel these massive teeth just kind of sink into your shield. One. Okay, so then Vasen, a tendril, shoots out at you with a 14 to hit.
Miss.
Oh, so yeah, you just duck as this thing shoots over your head. Victorious one comes shooting out after you with a 25 to hit.
Yeah. That hits.
You just feel this thing wrap around you as it just starts dragging you across the ground. But you only end up moving a short distance. The other guy, the elf, he's in range. He gets a tendril shot at him with a 10 to hit. That actually is enough to hit him. You hear, ah! As he gets a tendril wrapped around him and it starts dragging him into the passageway. So anybody that is got a tendril around them, they are grappled and restrained. Let's see. Little net symbol. So Kolos is double grappled. Okay. Let's go back to the top of the list. All right, Vasen, you're up again.
I saw these tendrils fucking whip out and running over. And start swinging. Try to hit the one that's grappled onto Kolos. Try to break him free. But I'm going to drop the light dagger right on the ground and like do a two-handed swing.
Okay, you're swinging at the tendril.
Tendril. Two-handed attack for 7. God damn it.
So as you swing at the thing, like it's got this tough, almost like stone-like flesh to it, and your staff just kind of bounces off of it.
Oh, fuck. The tendrils even did that?
Yeah, those tendrils are tough.
Try swinging again.
Nice. So this time you hear it crack
For 10.
for 10, and you break this tendril right off. And he is no longer restrained by that tendril. He just has this thing sucking on his face.
I'm gonna flurry of blows. And try to fucking do like the kick the apple off his head and try to kick this fucking thing off Kolos's face.
Yes.
Super.
Hope I don't fuck up.
Yeah, 13 is enough to kick it
For 11.
for 11. All right. And we'll see if it's still grappling onto his face. Yeah, it's still holding on.
Oh, I'll do it like a roundhouse and try it again.
Nice, it's gonna hit.
For 11.
So this time you just kick it and it's like just smears all over Kolos. And Kolos gasps for breath as this thing just falls to the ground.
And then for my movement, going to go out into the hallway. I have disengaged since I used Fear Blows.
Okay.
This is out of its range, right?
Maybe. Yeah, 'cause I mean it goes around the tunnels. You can't really see it, so you feel like you're out of
Well,
its range.
Yeah, I'll hide around the corner.
Okay. All right. So,
And that is my turn.
so now there's you see the thing, the drow in front of you. He's like grappled and then getting sucked into the cavern.
Grappled and restrained or grappled?
He is grappled and restrained, so he can't move.
Perfect.
His arms are
So I
completely
don't-
tied up.
I don't have a lot of fear right now. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, not from the drow at least. As he looks
Yeah.
at you like, help.
Help! All right, so I'm gonna whip around the corner and looking in. Do I see? I can see the monster at this point.
Yeah, you can see this massive stalagmite in the center of the room that has come to life.
And
It's
it looks like it's rock.
yeah,
From my
it
distance,
looks
I
like
can even
yeah,
tell.
yeah, it looks like rock, and you can see it's currently got a tendril wrapped around Vittorius, and it's bringing in, sucking him in towards his giant gaping mouth. Yeah, a 24 is going to hit as you blast this thing with some thunder energy. For 11.
Hoping for not a cave in, but you know.
But yeah, when you do that, like it kind of shakes the cave a little bit. It Vasen behind you, you hear like the centipede room, the rest of that wall just come right down, and that whole passageway, if you look over here now, is just completely blocked right off.
Damn. I like startle.
Step back so I'm not.
Is there anything quieter?
I assume I'm not in line of sight from here now.
Right, yeah, you're kind of around the
I mean,
passage.
after I saw a giant tentacle come out of a hole, I'm just going to try to avoid tentacle holes. So that's my turn.
All right, Kolos. Yeah, you're free. Free from this thing. What are you gonna do?
I'm starting to get annoyed that I'm getting grappled and suffocated and all that shit, but as of right now, I'm just gonna swing with the elemental longsword. 20 to hit.
All right, 20's gonna hit.
I'm going to use a level 1 divine smite,
Okay.
and I'm going to use a charge of the longsword with fire damage. So 6 fire, 9 radiant, and 9 slashing.
So 9, 18. 25 points of damage. Damn.
Oh, come on. Character sheet just went to shit again. It was fine until it was my turn.
Of course.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Alright. I'll have to go by hand again. Swing in with the longsword. 25 to hit.
25 hits as you feel it. You sink into this this rock. All right, go ahead, roll damage.
8 damage. And then I'm going to burn another level 1 divine smite. And another charge with the sword for fire.
All right.
So 11 on top of the 8.
11.
So 18.
All right.
And that's it for me.
All right, Vittoris, you are still grappled and restrained.
By a giant tentacle.
Yeah, and you can still take a shot at disadvantage, or you can try to break free of the grapple.
Try and break free of the grapple.
All right, so you need to make a DC 15 strength check. Nice. Somehow you manage to like get your arm up in between the tentacle and just force it off and duck as the thing it whips back, but you see another one getting ready to strike back out at you again. Run away!
I'll stand back here with Snodlers. Fuck that guy. And that's it for my turn.
All right, it's his turn. He is going to shoot. He shoots out a grasping tendril at Kolos with a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
All right, so you're wrapped up by another tendril, and he sucks you into his being. The other one he's already grappling the drow. You see him just like get knocked to his feet and dragged across the floor. He's prone, and he gets brought right into the mouth of this thing, and it takes a bite attack on him. With 23 to hit for 19 points of damage, as you just see it gets sucked right into the mouth of this thing, and it bites him clean in half.
Hmm.
Oh no.
And
Oh, there goes the guide.
so then this thing moves 10 feet over here, and then whips out a tendril to where it sees just Snodlers. With an 11 to hit Snodlers.
12 AC, baby.
You just duck out of the way as this thing whips right above your head. It's kind of hovering right above your head, looking for you.
Did I hear the crunch after it pulled in the drow?
Oh yeah, you heard the crunch and you heard the last
Nice.
the gurgling
Nice.
of his blood leaving his body.
Oh, this is disappointed.
All right, Vasan.
Is that tendril like still above Snodlers?
It's like whips back in. It's like just above his head. It was like and it sucked back. It's ready to launch out another one.
Like a 1980s vacuum power cord.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna run in and like a jump attack with my quarterstaff, trying to chop down it.
All right.
Yeah, 19.
19. As you bring the staff down, it just kind of ricochets off the hard stone surface of this thing.
I gotta twirl around and try to hit it with the back of it, and I miss.
Oh yeah, again, this thing is hard.
Ah, no, flurry of blows. Roundhouse, bitch.
Oh,
Fuck.
and again, this thing is just too tough.
Back fist.
All right. That's how it's gonna hit.
For 17.
All right.
How much did it take for me to get here?
That's not perfect. Crits, is it? Oh yeah, it is.
30.
Yeah, it took 30 to get there.
Alright, so now I have another 30. I'm gonna go back with disengage.
Okay, I said, does he get an opportunity attack?
When I flurry of blows, I get disengage.
Okay.
And 10 feet of movement also. That's why I was able to go there, because I had 20 left over from my 50.
Nice.
So, and that's my turn.
All right, Snothers.
3 missiles at it.
So
Apparently I can't make noise.
6 points of magic
Force.
missile damage. You see little chunks of rock just shoot off of this thing.
And then I'm going to try to take a couple steps back. Pray to God. At least I'm not the next one in line. And Okay, that's my turn.
All right, Kolos, you are restrained and grappled. You can try to break free or attack at disadvantage.
I'm going to attack at disadvantage.
All right, nice. Uh, 18. 18's gonna miss. You try to swing, but your arms are just so restrained. It's hard to get a good swing on this thing.
Alright, I'm going to do it again. With a nat 1.
All right, make a dexterity save.
20.
All right, as you manage to swing and just kind of deflect off of the side of this thing, the blade like rings in your hand a little bit, and you almost like lose your grip on the blade, but you manage to hold onto it.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do.
All right, Vitoris.
Step up to the hole. Can I shoot the tentacle that's around Kolos?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or attempt to, anyway?
Sure can. Oh, nice.
29 to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah, you definitely hit it.
22 points of damage?
Yeah, you shoot right through it. You see, it just kind of shatters, and like this kind of rock, weird elastic substance just kind of crumbles on the floor as Kolos is free of the grapple.
Poor Sriracha, or whatever his name was. He will be missed. But not by Snodlers. And then I'll try and shoot the main body with my offhand crossbow. 24 to hit?
Yeah, 24's gonna hit.
4-2.
All right, yeah. You see your bolt just sticking right into the side of this thing. It's still standing.
Then I'm going to try and step back. And that'll be it for my turn.
Still in front of me. Yes.
All right, so.
Well, you know, I mean, I could get behind
Nope.
Snodlers.
Nope. You've already said my turn. Sorry.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good with my turn.
All right, so this thing comes through the passageway.
I thought it was too tall.
Into the chamber.
Should have read farther.
Kolos, you can make an opportunity attack on it.
Alright.
You have that thing that locks it in place, right, Sentinel?
16 to hit.
So as you go to hit, it just the skin is just too tough. Your blade bounces off of it as it shoots out a tendril at you, Kolos. With a 23 to hit.
That hits.
So it hits you and it sucks you as you're grappled and strained, and you are stuck right behind its ass as it's dragging you into the tunnel, searching for its meals. A tendril shoots out at Vitoris with a 19 to hit.
Shield. So no.
So this magical shield just kind of illuminates in front of it, and the tendril stops in midair. A third tendril shoots out at Snodlers with a 26 to hit.
Barely hits.
So the Snodlers, it grabs a hold of you, and it sucks you right into its mouth and makes a bite at you with a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that's another one.
So you take 22 points of piercing damage as you just you feel it just crush down on your ribs.
Eh. Could be worse.
So yeah, you are grappled and restrained and in the getting chewed on, and that's it for his turn. Go ahead, Vasan.
No Snodlers! Run and jump kick it. No, Snodlers!
No.
Kick you in the butt.
All right,
Push you in further.
Make a dexterity save, Vasan. All right, so yeah, you jump, you kick, you slip for a second. You think that you're almost gonna fall on your ass, but yeah, you do not.
Do not what?
You do not fall.
Alright.
You almost lost your balance on that kick.
After that, I'm gonna use my action to attack. Now!
Yeah, this thing is tough. You feel like you're off balance.
Let's try to swing again, please. 20 to hit.
All right, this time you're gonna hit.
One-handed. 8.
For 8 is you punch this thing right in the eye and it starts blinking and looking. Ah, man! Kind of drops Snarlers out of its mouth. It's still there, looking pretty hurt now.
That's my turn. I already used my bonus action.
All right, Snarlers, you're up.
Still restrained, right?
You are restrained. It's got the tendrils around you.
Mind sliver. Well, that roll is
It's
shitty.
what is it? Intelligence save?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
I assume this thing's hyper intelligent.
Oh yeah. He rolls a natural 20, so he rolls but he has a -2, so he has an 18.
That's disappointing.
Does he
Well,
take? He doesn't take half, does he? No.
No, it's a cantrip. Because I'm restrained, I have disadvantage on attack rolls, or on attack rolls.
Yeah,
so,
attack rolls. Yeah, so you had to do like
I can fireball myself, or I can banish it, or I can fireball myself. Like that's pretty much.
Oh no.
So yeah, that was about my only other option.
Oh,
so
God.
I guess I'm done.
All right, Kolos. Also, you're being restrained by this thing's tendrils.
I'm going to use command, and the word is drop. Needs to make a 16 wisdom save.
Let's see. Does he have to be able to know the language?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, this thing has -2 intelligence, and he knows no languages.
Super. So I just wasted that spell slot.
Thanks for asking.
That's it.
All right, Vitoris, you see your friends about to be devoured by this giant stalagmite. What are you gonna do?
I will attempt to use steady aim and attempt to keep Snodlers from getting eaten with the arm.
Good thing you
19
did
to
that.
hit.
19 just misses. It just shoots wide over the tendril.
I did my best, Snodlers. Then I think I'm gonna back up here around the corner. That'll be it for my turn.
All right, so this thing is gonna shoot out a tendril at Vasen. 21 to hit Vasen.
You know it.
As this thing wraps around you, and it sucks you into its mouth and takes a bite out of you, or at least attempts to, with 13 to hit.
Does not.
Nice. So yeah, you just managed to wiggle yourself and put your knee up and extend your leg just enough to keep out of its mouth. Then it's gonna make
Grappled though?
yeah, you're grappled and restrained by him. You're also wrapped up in its tendrils, and it's gonna drag all of you guys down the hallway towards Vitoris.
Leave me alone.
It's completely blocking the hallway now. It has these tendrils and is dragging you guys like right behind him. You're being dragged on the ground. Yeah, you see it, Vitoris, like shooting out these tendrils around the corner, but they're just out of your reach where he can't get you.
Oh, thank God.
All right, go ahead, Vasen.
Does it have eyeballs?
Yeah, it has one big massive eye, and it looks like it's blocking the hall at this point because this thing is it's a large creature. It takes up about 10 feet. This ceiling is 10 feet high, so this thing is making a complete sealed off wall here. And not to mention that it's dark in here now because your sword is in the other room, so you can barely even see.
I'm gonna just take a swing at its eyeball. 10 to hit.
To hit. All right, make a dex save to see if you can hold on to your weapon. All right, you still hold on to it. You're sweating.
I was bare hand punching.
Oh, you thought your hand was gonna fall off.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it again. Punch. 17.
You go swing for this
16.
thing's eye, but its back is to you, and you just can't get a reach
Swing
around
it
on
again.
this thing.
Now it's hit.
Oh my God! A dexterity
14.
save. So yeah, you managed to not punch Snodlers in the face.
That's for sure.
All right. So now there's this thing is stuck in the hallway basically now. You're still restrained.
We have one decent course of action.
All right. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see what it does. It has shit for intelligence.
I expect so. It looks like a
Nice.
rock.
He rolls a 10 this time. At that point,
Woohoo!
you see it just like start like convulsing a little bit, and it just kind of crumbles. And you feel the tendrils all just let go.
I would like to run over into the other room where the drow is. It looks pretty dead, right? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, he looks super dead.
Is anyone like in this room with me?
No.
I'd like to kick him.
Yeah, you kick half of his body. Which half do you kick?
Doesn't matter. I mean, I'll flip a coin.
Am I able to get through?
Yeah, you can climb over its like crumbled body now. It's like a mound of like 5 feet on the ground though, so you gotta like climb up over it. It's a mix of like rock and just like strange kind of dark gray liquid.
You said the drow got ripped in half.
Yeah, he's like literally ripped in half, and his intestines are all over the floor.
So as we're standing here, look over at him and be like, "So, can you heal that?"
I cannot, but I do want to look for his book.
Damn.
Oh, savage! Yeah,
I see it when you're done.
easy enough. In his upper half, you reach into his
Upper half.
his coat pocket, and yeah, you pull out his little book, his little field note journal.
I'll pocket it for now. Is there anything else on him? Notes or?
No, he has just a few coins in his pocket. He has like 10 silver.
You know, I think we should bury him right here. Or her. I can't really tell from the icon.
Yeah, he's a male.
I mean, we can
Stupid elves.
deal with that. I'll flip through his book real quick. Anything of interest in there?
You start looking through it, and it's just it's written in Elvish and Drow. Can you read that?
No, I can read Elvish. I know Common, Elvish, and Thieves can't.
Let's see. Would Drow be its own dialect of Elvish? I wonder.
I thought that was considered
Might be still just
under common.
considered. Yeah, I
Or
would say like
Sylvian?
undercommon or Sylvan. Yeah.
Sylvan, I thought was fey creatures.
Yeah, that could be.
Let me find his character sheet. He does have one.
Because I think Sylvan is for like dryads and stuff like that.
Maybe see. He speaks
Underdark.
common and any one language. Sure, we're gonna say it's under common.
I don't speak undercommon, so I'll just put it back in my pocket for now.
But you did notice some pictures. There's like some little sketches that he's done of the fey fish.
Nice.
I hope there's one of us. It's like super crude.
My hand. He did look at my hand really
He did look
hard.
at your hand really good. Yeah.
Do I see?
He's just got a thing for hands.
Instead of a foot fetish, he's a
He's
fucking
got
hand
hand
fetish.
fetish.
Like you look in the back of the book and it's just like pages and pages of hands.
And they're all
Do
stuck
I see
together.
a draw?
Oh my god.
Do I see a drawing of my hand?
No, you do not. All right. So what are you guys doing?
Starting to pass out at the keyboard. Well, I guess the real question is what was in that book, Vitoris?
I can't
like-
read it.
Well, that sucks.
I
I feel like
know.
it'll be important to the quest. You're just gonna pocket it?
Maybe.
Alright.
Can you read it?
I don't know. You didn't tell me anything, but you can't.
It's got pictures.
Oh, well, I can read pictures.
Yeah, I'll show him the book.
Yeah, so now there's you start flipping through it, and it just details his journey from leaving his home. It sounds like he spent the night at a tavern and met some interesting people. He met an interesting gentleman that he spent the night with. He had a couple adventures where he was sailing across the sea. It took him like a week to get from um Faerun over to Liara. Then he took another ship from Liara and he chartered a ship to Zerania. It was like a livestock ship, and when he got there, it was just he met the princess or the priestess, and he like instantly fell in love with her. And there's like a bunch of accounts about how beautiful she was, and then but how stupid she was that she walked into the mouth of this thing. And then again, there's pictures of the fish and like detailed descriptions of the size of this thing. It's about 100 feet wide and like maybe 200 feet long. It's even bigger than what he said it was. And
Is there any account of where the path to the Underdark is that he took?
No, it just describes that he surfaced from his home and then made his way up the Sword Coast. So you know
Got
that's
it.
from somewhere in Faerun.
All right. Yep. You pretty much hit it. These pictures are about 80% of what you could actually get out of this book of any value.
And then the last couple of pages that you saw were the accounts of Vitoris's hand and how his hands are so magical and yet powerful. He'd like to feel what they feel like without these gloves on. He said, "Hopefully, me and Vitoris will be good friends."
I'm gonna rip those pages out and give them to Fedoras.
What do they say?
You need to get these professionally translated.
Oh,
It's in a
okay.
dialect I'm not familiar with.
Okay. We'll just unpack that trauma later.
More importantly, in public,
We'll see.
uh, the book literally says almost nothing. Most of what I can read, which is everything else, just
Weird.
I think it was chicken scratchy. It was effectively that it was extremely big, which we already knew. So this book has very little value, and honestly, I'm not surprised with the Drow would not have as high quality of a book as Snobblers did. So I literally just dropped the book in place.
Yeah, Snodlers, take yourself a point of inspiration for that excellent role play. All right, as you guys gather up your thoughts here, and before we finish up, anything else you guys want to do?
Wouldn't they leave the room? I'm gonna kick him again and then run out behind him.
Yeah, you guys need a short rest right here.
That's fair.
I wouldn't say no.
I mean, I don't. I didn't get hit. First time
Surprisingly.
for everything, right?
That's amazing. Oh, Starlers did get chomped on.
Yeah, Snodlers almost got chewed in half too.
It was a third of my health. What the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe you can roll another 4.
No, I'm close enough.
Alright, I'm good.
All right, so you guys spend a little bit healing up, and you look before you, and you see that the tunnels open up a little bit. You see a passageway to the west and a passageway to the south.
I'll go in and try to look down here.
All right, you look down there, and the path to the south looks less traveled, but it looks like it's more finely packed down. It looks like this is like the main route towards the temple. Compared to the path to the west, looks a little more like a little roughly created, a little bit raw. You see a big pile where these rocks are, another cave in.
Like I can't get past that point.
No, like to the south from there, there's another like cave in.
Okay.
Reveal a little bit more. Yeah, right here that ends with another cave in. But the passageway goes back up to the north there, and you look up
Yep.
there, and this is
I'll go
another
up there.
cave in that kind of loops back to the north, not to metagame, but
Yep.
seems pointless to go that way.
All right. Let's go down here.
Yeah, so you follow the southern path, and it seems like you're on one of the main trails, and it comes to a point where there's another another cave in.
Let's try and dig it out like I did before.
Yeah, this one isn't too bad to do, but you take your
Did he cut out for anyone else?
Yep.
again this beautiful flooring to the south. Can you guys hear me? Oh. So yeah, you clear the rubble, and you take your time to make sure that you don't drop any more rubble down. And as you get into this intersection, you notice to the south is this beautiful like limestone flooring, and to the west you see the passageway is completely blocked by like thick spider webs, and then to the north is the caved-in passageway. Yeah, thick spider webs, and as you guys, Kolos, as you start making your way closer to these spider webs, you see the body of, it looks like the bones of a large lizard-like creature, and it's kind of wrapped up in spider webs, and it was like looked like it was trying to crawl its way out of the spider webs. Go ahead and make a history check for me. Yeah, yeah, you've seen these guys before. These look like some troglodytes. I think this is the campaign that you guys all fought some of them before. Maybe not, but that's what I thought. So in the cave. All right. So which way you guys want to go? Up to the south? Good call. All right. So you guys follow the southern passageway, which you could assume this is the right way, because as you get closer, you start feeling the sense of sort of a warming sensation, like in your spirit, as you get closer through this old. This is the entrance to the old temple. You see what looks like a few old pews, and some like old artwork and things that are sketched on the walls of the great fey fish. And you see the passageway that leads before you, and there's like a little bit of a glowing light coming from this southern passageway. Yeah, yeah. This was some sort of worship room. No, that looks like, yeah, it's completely caved in to the on the right hand side of that. Yeah. No, yeah, that's great because you start doing that, and all of a sudden, as soon as you start like removing the dirt and the stone from this passageway, you see some light coming through. It's almost like this magical aura as it opens up into this massive chamber, and you see like these great drawings and some sort of ancient language kind of written all over the walls and the floor. But before you, you see a massive creature. It's probably like 100 feet wide. This massive head, and its eyes are just staring at you as it's giving off this glow. And all of a sudden, you start hearing in your mind collectively. All of you are hearing the words, "Help me." And that's where we're going to end it. I'll end it right here. We'll reveal the entrance to the great Windfish.